Camera look funky or is it me?
It's you. It usually is you.
Wow. Good evening. Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Sunday night Tool Talk Live with Jeff and Jesse, me and the missus.
Also known as apparently a unicorn this evening.
Oh my gosh.
Do you want to wear the unicorn?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Ossicone situation?
I'm gonna pass. That's not an ossicone, that's a unicone. Let's say howdy to everyone who's here. Lawrence is in the house. Bruce, Frank, Ryan, Jason. Hey, Jason Blair and Frank Landgriff. Sorry, guys. I need to say, do a better howdy, hi. How are you? I can't talk tonight.
I'm here. Did you see
it's
that
Sunday.
I'm here?
It's Sunday. I got the day off.
Yeah.
Jim C is in the house. Jeez, smoking reptiles. The chatbot. John's here. Damn, I'm not last. No, you are not. Christopher's in the house. Antonio's around. How you doing, my man? Justin Smet. Chris. Who else we got here?
Blind Toolman.
Blind Toolman's in the house. Steven's here. Can't Tabitha be far behind?
She's here, I'm sure.
Jesse King. Oh my gosh, she's here.
Yeah, they let anyone into this thing.
Let's say howdy, everyone. First of all, we got to say hi, a proper welcome to Splat B. Welcome, DOT Council member. Thank you so much. Got bad news for some of you, though.
What?
For the people who are fans of the bell or the gong or whatever, we are...
Got the air conditioning.
Right. We're going to turn off the air conditioning. Uno momento, por favor. She's going to go turn off the AC. But we are retiring the bell gong thing for all that. And I apologize to those of you who like it, but we've had so many people who say they can't stand it, and some people who actually say it's triggering for them. And out of respect for some people, and we had some guys reach out who said they're service members who find it triggering and they can't watch, we will be retiring the bell. I know it's a long-standing tradition here, but things change. We move on. We improvise. We adapt. We overcome.
There will always be a bell in my heart.
She'll always hear the bell in her heart. But anyway, thank you so much, Splat B, for joining and becoming part of the Den. For those of you who don't know, membership is kind of like on Patreon. If you're interested, there's information in the video description down below. All right. Also, don't forget to type in at the Den of Tools, just like it says above my bald head there, because that pops up and actually looks like that orange blurb in our chat feed. And I go through and I will read every single one of those comments and respond to the ones that need responding to, because...
I was just going to say, and if you don't hear him say it, it's probably because he's behind.
We'll get to it. You don't have to repeat yourself. I will get to it eventually. Frank Landgraf says, howdy. B. Gunter says, good evening, everyone. Steven says, hey, look, a unicorn. Isn't that a toolbox?
That isn't a toolbox.
Oh, that isn't a unicorn that isn't a toolbox. Sorry, I got to move my chat window. I've got it and it's blocked partially by the camera. I thought I'd be all clever over there, be able to read around it. Apparently I can't.
Yep.
All right. Let's see who else is in saying hi. Michael says, hey, kids, you've been missed. Howdy. Tony says, hello from Roswell, New Mexico. Chatbot says, hello from Virginia. It's Linda. I know, Linda. It's going to be hard to remember. Antonio says, doing well, Jeff, and how about yourself? We're doing pretty good here. David says, hello, everyone. Mark says, I'm surprised you did not applaud the Tecton vices in your vid this week. They don't make a 5-inch. They're pretty much a copy of the other half dozen that we showed. The Bessie I talked about, the Harbor Freight, all the other ones, they're all basically from the same mold. They're decent vices, but they don't do a 5-inch. They do a 4 and a 6-inch. Nick says, hey man, since everyone else sold out on the Flex reveal, you're the only tool channel I'll keep watching. What are you talking about? I've been showing Flex stuff all week. I'm not selling out, but it's news. That's what we do. We do tool news, reviews, and deals. But we got all sorts of Flex stuff out here. What else we got coming up? I'm going to be doing a teardown on one of their batteries. See what's inside, what makes it tick. Greg says, hello from Omaha. Hey, Omaha in the house. Steve says, oh no, rip the bell. Yep, it's like that. Let's see here.
I I don't know what to do now with Daughter of Ra's super chat. $2.74 super chat. No more Belle. Happy Daughter of Ra. No more torturing me. It's okay. I'll find a new way.
See, I knew people would be excited about it.
Thanks.
Maybe you'll have to come up with a little dance or something.
I was doing a silly one earlier, but I'll have to figure something out.
Okay. We'll formalize it more. There'll be some moves.
I think Elle could do an interpretive dance.
There you go.
About like feelings and emotions.
Princess Jamie says, currently hanging with Jehu in Chicago. You're in Chi-Town. I'm so jealous.
I've been watching a show that's in Chicago. Can't remember.
Clint says hello from Pennsylvania.
Hello.
And let's see here. Ronald.
Hey.
Is that Carol? My eyes can't
Yes.
see if her. Ron Carroll, welcome DOT Council Mayor. Woohoo!
Yay! And if we mispronounce your name, please let us know. We really do try.
Or throw a wrench at us.
Yes.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, sir, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. That's great. I don't know if I said this before. Clint says hello from Pennsylvania. Chris says, have you heard of the new skill 12-volt 3/8 ratchet? Thoughts? No, I hadn't. And I asked them specifically about that. Is there a skill 12-volt ratchet? Because if there is, and they didn't tell me.
Actually, I've been keeping it from you.
They would do something like that. I could
hiding
see
it.
that happening.
They called me ahead of time.
Those buggers.
Said don't tell them. Hello.
I'm
hey,
looking to see
Justin Dow.
coming soon. I'm gonna kick somebody in the walnuts.
In the walnuts. Hey, Justin Dow. Hope you're having a great night.
I asked them point blank 2 weeks ago if they were coming out with one of these, and I got I'll look into that for you.
Someone's not getting a fruitcake at Christmas.
No, someone is getting a fruitcake. Have you ever had fruitcake? That stuff's terrible.
No, there's good ones. Like if your grandma makes it.
That's like saying there's good arsenic.
That's what I've been feeding for years.
Building up that immunity.
That's right.
Okay, let me catch up to where I was. Michael says, thanks for deleting the bell function. Will save me the effort hooking up the DSP audio filter. Zach says, would you rather release a game for PlayStation or Xbox? Xbox. Xbox is much easier to develop and release for. The requirement PlayStation is much harder to develop on, and the requirements. The requirements. I don't know. I haven't released in the latest generation, so I don't know what that's like. It's been a while. Blind Toolman says, holy unicorns. Chris says, evening, folks.
Good evening.
Frank says, I will miss seeing the joy that Jessie gets from ringing the bell. I know. We all will. We'll have to figure out something else that brings her happiness.
Maybe you're sad.
How about maracas?
No, because that'll... No. It's not the same. Homilies.
Kingfisher says, I just unsubscribed. Woohoo! We should have a bell for that. Mark says, but Tecton has that warranty. They do have a great warranty. They do, but if you don't sell a product in the category we're reviewing, it's kind of hard to include you.
Hi.
What?
Hi.
What?
Homily 665. Thank you for the $3 super chat. Sorry, my husband cannot stop talking when I'm talking, but that's okay.
I was talking.
Don't forget to like the stream as we get started. Thank you. I actually did forget to like the stream. How did you know that? It's like we're connected. Thank you so much, and I hope that your home projects are going well. I think it's been a while since I have seen any updated photos.
Hey, instead of a bell, how about a strobe light?
No. I don't know if you can hear Eleanor in the background. She's like, Daddy, no.
Yeah. What you can't see is I've got all three kids' desks, 1, 2, 3, right to the left of me. So when I'm out here working, I work here and then I do my tool testing stuff on the other side out there. And this allows me to throw a wrench or a chair or a large, heavy object, maybe a vise or a clamp, at any child who's not doing their homework. So I get to ride the children during the day, making sure they're up on their homework. Russ!
We believe in being really involved.
Upgraded to 10 a tool council member. Oh,
Yay!
wow. Let's see a dance. Go.
I don't have a dance. I'm not. I'm not on Dancing with the Stars, folks. I don't.
I've seen her dance. It's a rare thing, but she can get into it when she does.
Yes, drinking sometimes has to be involved.
Yeah.
And
Daddy, I finally
yeah.
found it.
Which, by the way, I can say this. I went to a friend's birthday party. It was on Friday.
Yes.
Don't drink when you're on keto. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Just terrible. I'm sure I made a fool of myself.
Nope. That's
Um.
what true friends are for.
Yeah. They delete the pictures.
Russ, so thank you again, and I'm sorry that I do not have a dance worked out yet. I'm working on it.
So Russ said hello and roll tide. That's Bama, right?
I believe so.
Go Bama. Zaphiel says, when did you get a Telegram account and start asking users to contact you? Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
By
it
the
says
way,
contract.
yeah, but that's not what he means. Contact. If you are commenting in the videos and you see somebody comment saying that they're me, and they're using goofy text and telling you to check them out on something, it's not me. First of all, I'm authenticated by YouTube, so any post that I put anywhere has a check mark behind my name. Secondly, if I'm commenting in my own videos, it highlights the name. So it's highlighted and check marked. So there's all sorts of people trying to be scammy on YouTube. Yes.
Is it Lech?
It's Linda.
Linda, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Buy something to replace the bell, please. See, that's how I feel about it.
Were you anti-Bell
so
or
much.
pro-Bell? That's curious.
Yes. If you guys have suggestions, how about that? We would love to hear your suggestions.
That's a good idea.
Because we care about you.
Yeah, that way you don't have to be creative. You just put it off on them.
Triangle, right?
We do, but that still qualifies
Yeah.
as a bell.
Loud, obnoxious noises are what we're trying to avoid.
And Jason Blair with the $2 super chat. My bell's been rung enough. Still, rest in peace, Bell. I feel your
We'll have
pain
to do
on
a
the
eulogy.
inside.
Maybe we'll have to do a burial.
We could have something that like lowers it.
Did you guys see that little video the guy did where his Makita
Oh yes.
grinder died and he had a whole burial thing for it? It was a bit much.
Futon02 with the 2567
Oh,
super
with the
chat.
old school,
I was going to say you are old school because you know about the uneven numbers. For the bear doesn't have a drink in his hand fund.
Yeah. I'm taking a week or two off of that. It's as I said, what you understand is when you're at least for some people, for a lot of people, when you're on keto, even though like I'd had a huge meal and all sorts of stuff, but it hits you like you haven't had any food in days.
Yeah, your body just metabolizes it
Oh,
differently.
so much faster. All right, let me get back to where I was. Linda says that cut of the rail was off the hook. It was lots of fun. We're trying to figure out what to do with this because this is such a
colorful,
cool thing. I did see somebody who took one of these and shaved it down and turned it into a hand axe.
It kind of looks to me like a little tiny handle. Like if you did it like this.
Anyway, moving along. Probably make some good little jeweler's anvils out of those. Make some thicker cuts with them. Hello from Palm Desert. John, Palm Desert. I love going down to Palm Desert. I haven't been down there in forever, though. Michael says, somebody already took down a flex battery. It's on the tube someplace. Oh, yeah, it was Jim from over at, was it Philly Fixed? But he took apart the 2.5, which I was feeling was pretty standard. I'm going to take apart the 8 amp hour battery because it's going to have the bigger cells in it and probably more of the cooling and that kind of stuff in it. Eugene says hello from Michigan. Blind Toolman says, hey, Omaha North Platte in the corner with Little Debbie's. Dude, I haven't been to North Platte in... When was I? Feels like it wasn't North Platte that long ago, but maybe I was telling you guys about North Platte.
When we drove through, we didn't go through there.
No. Justin Dow's in the house. Cheers, Bear family. How's everyone doing? We're doing great tonight. How about yourself, man?
Lost my drink.
Died is howdy, Jeff and Unicorn. Did you find her on the top shelf at Lowe's?
Yes.
I can tell you what, it took me a long time to find her. I'll tell you that. Did a lot of looking. And Joey says, Philly Fix did a tear down on Flex battery today. Has 18650 Samsung 25R cells in it. Yeah. And Tristan says, XL double box wrenches and one ratcheting end or XL double box flex head ratcheting wrenches. Looking at Icon or Gear Wrench. I can tell you, I got the gear wrenches in the box. Well, there's actually a couple different levels of gear wrench, but I got the less expensive gear wrenches in the box behind me, and I have the Icons, but they're not that. They're not those. They're, I should say, in both cases, they're not the double box. It's the combo, ratchet on one side, open on the other side, and I think they're great. I mean, I can be honest. Of the ones I've used so far, the Icons have been my favorite. I got big hands. They're longer. They're easier to grab. But the problem is you can't until you really throw a lot of work into them. And I haven't with the gear wrench. It's hard to say how long they're going to last. Of course, lifetime warranties, right? But I like them. I mean, $50 for a pack of 20 of the gear wrenches versus like $120 for just one set, the SAE or the metrics on the Icons.
Michael, I am going to butcher your last name, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Michael, is it Quinones? $1.99 super chat, so you can get drunk faster / cheaper on keto.
Yes, you
You
can.
can.
I'm a cheap date all of a sudden.
Which is amazing. Because you have very expensive taste, my love.
I do. I badly. Oh, did you show him the hat?
No. You did.
It was on the inside. It's on the thumb. See, I don't buy a lot of clothes, a lot of stuff for myself, but when I do sometimes like to get some of the nicer stuff. This is my Tommy Bahamas hat.
Yes, he likes hats.
This is my second one. What happened to the first one?
I have no idea, honey.
Your backside happened to the first one.
Apparently, sitting on hats is bad form.
Bad luck for the hat. That's what it is.
I'm just going to say putting your hat somewhere where my behind might go, it's probably not the brightest idea either. As long as we're talking about bad decisions.
Al says, did you do a show about anvils? I have not, but I was planning to do a follow-up on anvils. In fact, if you haven't figured out the whole thing I'm doing with the flex tool is I'm turning that rail into an anvil. Switch to an air horn. We tried that. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Jose says, thank you for all your hard work and getting us all the info before we spend our money. Thanks again. Hello from Miami, Florida. Woohoo! I'd love to go to... I've been to Miami in years. Thank you so much. We love seeing all... People always are sending me pictures and stuff of the stuff they bought, the money they've saved, things they've been able to do from following the channel, and I absolutely love seeing that. That really makes it all worthwhile. And Linda said something. Where'd it go? Says it's time to do shots in place of the bell. Oh, we've tried that.
Doesn't end.
They've done you all have done bad things to me in the past. Yeah. See, and then the missus and other people get out flamethrowers because I go on rants by the end of the channel.
Yep.
Or by the end of the show.
Huge soapboxes. You climb on them. You claim them as your own.
Boy, if you want to see me go on another soapbox, it's coming soon. I'm going to go off on Porter Cable here in a minute. David says, could you do something video-wise like a dancing bear for Super Chat? Oh, that would be kind of cool to do. I might be able to figure something like that out. Justin says, cheers, I'm having a great night. That's awesome.
Yay!
Linda says no on the fruitcake. She's with me on that one.
Fruitcake haters.
Yeah. Fry Guy says, I see the Hitachi table saw came down in price at Lowe's $4.99, but wondering if it'll go lower. I hope so. Man, last year it was hard to beat. I think at one point it hit like $293 or $297, which is a phenomenal price for that saw. People have been sending me, there's a bunch of, Lowe's is closing out or has already closed out a bunch of the DeWalt compact saws. I saw somebody sent me a link to one that was $15. I'm like, good luck finding that in stock.
Thank you so much. A number of people have chimed in with their support for the keto and that they've been really successful. I'm kind of in like keto recipe
malaise.
Yes. So if you have great recipes or food ideas, please send them to me. I would love that. And it's Mrs. the Bear at denoftools.com. Right?
.com.
.com. And
It's
yeah,
Mrs. Da Bear.
if someone could, well, I could probably type
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's like that. Steve says you should test the flex drill with a particularly cheap Forstner bit sent to you from a particular moderator. I should. Unfortunately, Steven, that's with my whole setup in Montana. I did not bring them down here. So maybe when we get back, I'm hoping to get back here in the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Scott B says hello from Buffalo, New York. Clint says, Jeff, I was going to buy the Central Forge Vice from Harbor Freight that you pictured. The one you pictured showed convinced me not to. If you're not going to be doing anything heavy duty with it, I've got one, all right, and I use it. It's on my bench now, but it's not something. If you're going to really be banging on stuff, it's not something I would use. Ed, the old tech guy's in the house. How you doing, man? And Jeff McGee says, hey there from Washington State. Glad to come across your channel. Thank you for being part of the community, sir. And let's see here. All right, so I'm scrolling down here. Blind Toolman says, blind man lost to the corner. What happened to the bell? Help me find my way out of the corner.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
to your left
That's right.
in a round room. Michael says, just sent you a link for that mil-spec fruitcake. There truly is one. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Justin Dow says we could give Mrs. DeBear a new bell. No, we can't.
I like the dancing idea.
Gary says, good evening, everyone. Another cold and rainy day here in Wisconsin. And North Point says, when do you think the tool shortage will let up? I'm trying to find the Delta table saw. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing it's going to be a year. It's going to be a good solid year because they've got to get past the backlog that's slowing things up. And there's just, I don't know. I don't see it. And it's not just tools, guys. It's happening to everything because most of the production of this stuff, of everything we use, comes from, sorry about that, comes from you know where. Shut up, Moto. Like, did you spill all over my table again?
Nope.
All right,
I
hold
was
on.
sitting close to you though.
I am putting it on vibrate. Maybe.
Perhaps.
What? Did my volume control not work now? There we go. Ah!
Sixth Estate, I'm seeing ahead because he's behind in reading comments. If you have a question, do at the Den of Tools so that he will see it.
But yeah, it's gonna be a while for them to catch up and fulfill demand and get this stuff out. All right, I gotta take this off. It's making me hot. It's warm in here tonight. I don't know why. It wasn't that warm out today. Good day from Australia. The flex line is getting put in its place. Call me 3D. Put in its place? What does that mean? Tristan says, kazoo?
I want to know which part of Australia, just because I'm adored.
She lived in Perth for a handful of years. And Mark says, maybe trigger an impact gun a few times for super chats.
That would, yeah.
Linda says, I was pro, but I get the PTSD issue. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I love it, but, I don't love it enough for that reason.
Mike Costanza says, hello from Arizona, from the AZ, just down south of us. Michael Chesney says, replace the bell with a good-sized cathedral organ.
I saw that.
That'd be funny. And Silent says, so today I was considering getting a riding lawnmower, but if I do, I'll need a shed to keep it in. What type of shed would be best?
A big one.
No, oh my gosh, don't even talk about one of those pre-built ones from like Lowe's or something like that. Find one that you can get a sale or something, because the price of lumber is through the roof right now.
Bananas.
We'd put off building ours up in Montana with the hope that prices would come down. They went up more. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm honestly at this point looking at steel, and I don't want to go with steel because I like the look of wood better. It goes better with the neighborhood and the house and stuff. But if I had to put up a steel, shed kind of thing, well, that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm not spending steel money on wood.
Yep. Agent Pepsi 1 with the $2 super chat. Okay, I'm gonna butcher this.
Okay.
Is it Childress, Texas? Y'all invited for lunch.
Woohoo!
Love that. I have never been to Texas. I've stopped in Texas at the airport, but that doesn't count.
I've stopped at the airport and been through the Panhandle a few times, but I've never been into Texas proper.
Right. So thank you so much for the offer, and we will definitely take you up when we are near there.
It's funny because I've been looking at cars and stuff, and I'll see a car for sale in Texas. I'm like, well, that can't be that far. I look how far the drive is. I'm like, holy cow! Yeah. It's like a 2-day drive from here.
And I'm like, okay, honey, I'll drop you off at the airport.
Yeah. The Mr. Mike says, how about a music clip? That's an interesting idea. And let's get Jess a boxing ring bell.
Bing, bing.
That's not happening, Tom.
I would love that.
Simon says, I like the Mrs. Head decorations. I love that she wears them. They're always cool.
Thank you.
If only you were here for them. Rapunzel says, hello, love the ears and the horn. It's magical.
That's right.
Magically delicious.
Shaka's here tonight with a $2 super chat. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you.
Oh, that's all Chaka had to say?
Nothing about Ryobi yet.
Wow.
Chaka's just...
Richard Elliott says, why do you promote Harbor Freight tools when Home Depot and Lowe's both have much better tools? Do they really? That's funny because we actually test them, and we don't promote them just for fun. We actually do independent testing on stuff and find out what actually works and what's the best buck, what's best for the buck. That's why we do it. I've got over 800 videos showing stuff like that. You can go back and watch them. Philly Fix says, looking forward to the 8 amp hour teardown. And by the way, if you missed it, Philly Fix, that's the guy who's got the channel where he did the teardown on the 2.5.
Sorry. Shaka says, forgot to add, Ryobi is straight up trash.
Oh, there it is.
That's right. I was a little concerned that perhaps you're feeling unwell or something.
Gary says, loving the video. Southeast Missouri here. Southeast. Okay, sorry, just picturing it in my head. Have you checked out the US-made Eagle Grip locking pliers? I have not checked them out. I do know that they launched. I've been waiting forever. They were supposed to be launched I think they were supposed to launch 2 years ago, but there was a delay on reopening that plant. I'm looking to do a whole big thing on them because it's been a while since you've been able to buy stuff like that was actually made here in the U.S., so it's kind of a big deal. The leaf blowers are evil. That's another one. A lot of people are voting for kazoos. I would find the kazoo just as irritating as the bell, honestly. And it's being the person that's sitting next to her.
So what I'm hearing is they're going to all vote for that.
Agent Pepsi says, thanks you again for the wonderful tips on the Makita tools. We are slowly replacing our Porter cables on the ranch. Just got a circ saw. So much better than the Porter cable we had. Oh yeah, Makita top-notch pro-grade tools. Porter cable used to be until Stanley Black & Decker got their paws on them. Rapunzel says, is the WOC being held in the new Vegas Convention Center? New building looks awesomely huge. It is awesomely huge. Mm-hmm. And my understanding is, I looked into it, I think it is, but so I've got a press pass and I still have to go to the South Hall to get my press credentials. I don't know if they're planning to fill the entire, both wings, if you would. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Neil with the $2 super chat. Unless a light duty do-it-yourself, Ryobi stinks. Travis with the $4.99 super chat. Update. Lowe's told me not to shop there anymore.
What?
Ooh.
Wow.
That's no bueno. Beamer Man says
were you testing the chainsaws again?
Says they vote for kazoo. I wear headphones and the bail is actually painful. I hear you. Yeah. Thank you.
Blind Tool Man says Jesse is a priceless unicorn find, by the way. Jesse, I hear flies. Big flies.
That's right. Blind Tool Man.
Yeah. Anyway. Amaratari. I can't pronounce your name. Rama. We'll just call you Rama. Rama says, I see you guys on for a bit. Glad to see the new Flex stuff. But what's happening with the Hercules stuff? That's your inside info. Nice Cuban hat. Thank you very much on the hat. And the the Hercules stuff is rolling out. I've got a brushless recip saw inbound. That might have been what showed up at the, whatchamacallit.
I think I know what it is. I don't think that's what it is.
Maybe on Monday. We're going to go check and see it. Anyway, I plan to put it through the same test to see if it can cut through the rail. Holy shnikes, I was supposed to contact that guy and hook up and get those other rail pieces this weekend. And I totally forgot about it.
I forgot too.
Yeah.
We're really sorry if you're watching.
Yeah. Where was I here? Who's the cute unicorn? That's me.
That's me.
You?
Oh, wait. Sorry. That's him.
Yeah, that's right. Antonio says, nice hat. And, whoop. Oh, come on. The stupid chat message jumps on me. All right. There we go. Foxy says hi. Hey, Foxy. And Steven says, unfortunately, Dada Rod doesn't like me in hats. What? All men need to have at least one good hat. It's the German in me, you know. We got to have a good hat. Wang Chung says, hey, Jeff, I thought that was pretty good free fighting last night. What do you think of Witter? I missed it. I totally missed it. We were sitting there watching. We're doing family movie night, and it just pops off with, wasn't there a fight tonight? And I'm like, oh. Justin Dow says, are you able to share your thoughts now on the Flex lineup? I certainly am. I can say about anything I want at this point. And, you know, I've been covering it, but, you know, just to sum it up, I feel they're definitely a contender. One thing I don't like is I don't like the stuff where people's like, you know, well, so-and-so beat it by a second, or it beat this by 2 seconds, or blah, blah. You know, that's an any given Sunday kind of thing. And there's lots of different ways to create a tool that will or will not. This isn't a tool where someone's really worried about whether it's 3 seconds or 5 seconds faster than the Milwaukee. The question is it going to last long? Is it going to be good service? Will it do the job that I want it to do? Will it be at a price point that I can afford? And only time will tell as far as will it last and is there going to be service. But it's coming from a good company. It's coming from a company that has a history of supporting professionals, not just, you know, in Germany and stuff like that, but here, you know, they're also the same company that makes Skill Saw, and they've been supporting professionals for years and years with that, and they've got a service, you know, group set up and all that kind of stuff. So far, the tools that I've used, I've been really happy with. The recip, it's a good solid recip. Recips are one of my favorite tools. It's one of the things I started with in the trades. I love using it. The impact, I got to do some more testing with the impact, but so far so good. It's been great. I'm going to do the Circ Saw probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. I haven't really done much with it, but, and the grinder, you saw what the grinder did, and you saw what the recip did. You know, is it better than Milwaukee? I'm not prepared to say it's better than Milwaukee because, you know, I said, like, in a given Sunday kind of thing. But does it deserve to be in the ring? And in comparison with Milwaukee and Makita and with DeWalt, hell yeah. They're great tools. Yes.
Michael, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Recommend building a work shed or buying one at Home Depot. Is that a question or a statement? There's no question mark, so I think it's a statement.
I think it's a question.
Everything's so expensive right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you've...
Start dating someone?
Yeah. At a lumber mill, you get real cozy with them. If you can afford the wood, I mean, you're always going to get a better product, and it's going to be designed the way you want it if you can build it yourself. But I've honestly, I mean, if they made one the size that I needed, which is a really kind of odd size, yeah, I'd probably just buy one because, you know, I can build it out, add to it later, and make it better and whatnot. But just to get going, because right now the cost of wood is so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. Antonio says, hello guys, I like your content and just subscribed from New Zealand. I know you didn't do at the Den of Tools, which is why I'm calling you out because I just saw you. Awesome. Thank you for joining us.
And Matt R says, yours Jones, Red Bear Jones. Red Bear, what? I don't get that one. Ranjan Charo says, how's it going? Sorry if I mangle your name. I'm terrible with names. Chris says, keep at it with the keto diet. I've lost over 100 pounds and kept off for 4 years. Thank you, sir. We're trying, man. We're trying. The Neil is, who is Porter Cable these days? I mean, back in the day where they're good, but now they're the redheaded stepchild owned by Stanley Black & Decker. Stanley Black & Decker bought them in 2004, 2006-ish. And they tried to turn them into the cordless their version of Rigid is what they were supposed to be. They were supposed to be the Goldilocks zone between Black & Decker for cheap and DeWalt for pros. And Porter Cable was supposed to be the middle of the road. And it just never was really all that great. They never put that much effort into it. And about 3 years ago, they just kind of wrote it off. Right about the same time they bought Craftsman for $900 million. Buckmaster says, get a kazoo. Agent Pepsi says, yes, rant going off on Porter Cable. We are getting rid of our Porter Cable 18-volt tools as soon as they fail, which has been recently switched to Makita and has not looked back, I'm guessing. Linda says, survey says, needs a kazoo. No kazoo. No.
I'll have to practice beforehand. It'll be great. I can get all the kids kazoos. Yeah. It can be our homeschool musical instrument.
Alberto Garcia says, any chance of getting unbanned from the Facebook group? Why were you banned? What rule did you break? Mark says, is ductile iron really a step up from cast iron in a vise? Or is it a step up? Do I need steel? It's a moderate step up. If you want something serious, you might as well go with steel, like that Rigid one I showed. That's a great vise. I'm honestly thinking about getting that Rigid vise. If I can't find a good one, a good old used one. Frank says, I picked up 3 sets of pliers from Tecton and got $2 off each when you buy 3, plus the 10% for your next order. I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome. Old guy says, I won't miss the bell. How about a small bike horn with the bulb on the end? Oh, those are sharp like and loud. Splat says, I second the suggestion for the dancing bear or something along those lines. I'll see what I can do. I know there is a dancing bear kind of thing out there, but David Powell says, can Milwaukee Fuel be beat for the price, performance, and selection of tools? Price and performance, yes. Selection of tools? So, what you may not know is Makita actually has a bigger selection of tools than Milwaukee. Do they have something at the same level as the Fuel? And they have stuff that's close, but it's not at the same level. And I guess honestly, I'm not a huge fan of their recip saws. I think those could be better. Hiram says Olympic, and I'm a huge Makita fanboy, just to be clear. Hiram says Olympic brand combination stain waterproofing makes an astounding difference, and boy was ignorant about the art and science of wood. Oh, yeah, especially when you're doing stains and that kind of stuff. It all depends on the quality of the stain, what kind of wood you're putting on it, what kind of conditions it's going to be in. There's a lot of stuff to ramp up on there. Groovejet says, hey guys, great to catch up with you. How are things across the pond with you?
Yay!
Jeff McGee says, after your bench vise review, I went to the garage and really put my Central Forge multi-purpose vise to the test to see if I got a good one. It must have been midweek because it's good. And that's what I've noticed with a lot of the Harbor Freight stuff. The old school kind of stuff where a lot of people complain, some of it, it's bad, it breaks, blah, blah, blah. It's all about quality control on those. Some of them are great. Some of them last forever. Some of them break as soon as you get them out of the box. 3D says, I live in Adelaide. Adelaide. Yeah. Was in Perth 2 years ago for a holiday. The Flex line should have made a 36-volt line with better cells, not 18650s, but they do work well. Frank says, I've been to Houston, Texas. And Agent Pepsi says, it will be a nice home-cooked meal here on the ranch.
I'm excited.
Oh, that sounds so good. And James says, what's your opinion on the new Hercules cordless oscillating multi-tool? I haven't used it. I have the corded one, which I actually really like. Works fine. And what other ones do I have? I have a couple. I mostly have corded. I don't know if I have a cordless multi-tool. There's a lot of tools that I don't think I really need cordless in. Multi-tools are one of them. But I'm 52, semi-retired doing YouTube. I'm not on the job site anymore and doing that kind of stuff. If I was back running wire like I used to, I'd have a cordless. Man, can you imagine how easy my job would have been back then? Because they even have a gangway cutout that's straight, but you just go put it right up there, boom, right in, perfect square or rectangle every time. Kids these days don't know how hard we had it.
Uphill both ways.
Up in the snow.
Yep.
Hanging upside down, cutting holes. Andy Prairie Dog says, "Good evening. I've been busy for several weeks and missed the live stream. Great to see another live stream. Good to see you, man." And let's see here. Shade Tree Leaving says Northern Tools is better than Harbor Freight. You know, I look at Northern Tool all the time. They do have a better selection. They have bigger stuff. They're also more expensive. And most of the tools, from what I've seen, where they do the crossover, they're the same tool. Just different brands on it. Ronald Carell says, "How about a laser light show to replace the bell?" Scorpion Sunday says, "Hello, Tool Bear family." David says, "Get Jess a snare drum." I can see you doing rim shots over there. Ba-dum-bum. And Merrick says, "Are Flex tools ever coming to Canada? I can't find any info at Lowe's." You know, I'm sure they are, because they said they were doing a North American distribution. I will send an email to the contact I got over there and ask him specifically. Fried Guy says, "For the time that I used the table saws, was wondering about the Cobalt 10-inch portable table saw for $350. Your opinion?" They did upgrade it, but they also upgraded the price quite a bit. Here's a question for you. Why not just get a good track saw or straight edge and use a hand saw? If you really want a table saw, you're going to have to wait until closer to Black Friday to get any real deals on them. There might be a few deals come, right now we're getting into the spring Black Friday kind of time. In fact, and then once we hit Memorial Day, there should probably be more sales, but I haven't seen anything big on table saws. And a lot of people have been having to redo their table saws due to the latest OSHA stuff. Harbor Freight had to redo the Hercules. DeWalt had to redo their saw. A lot of the really small, I'm guessing Rigid's going to have to redo theirs. Steven says, "All right, stream is more complete. Chaka has said bad things about Ryobi." I know. It's not a Sunday Night Tool Talk Live till Shaka trashes Ryobi. And Toolhead, hey man, how goes it? He's going to be doing a review, if I can leak this. I'm going to. On, you got the hammer drill, I believe, right? For Flex. He says, "Hello, Bear Family. How's everyone doing? Currently working on Flex Tool video. So far, very impressed with the power tools." Linda says, "Castanets." Exactly.
Ooh, castanets. I love
Lion
it.
Toolman says, "Harmonica, let it rip." I've tried a number of times. I really wanted to learn how to play the harmonica. And I can't.
That will be a negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I don't have enough time in my day for that kind of stuff is the problem. I love blues and that kind of stuff. And anyway, Jan says, "Hello from just south of Atlanta, down near Hotlanta. Good to see the bear paired this evening." Michael says, "To replace the bell, should I work up a musical instrument that works in the ultrasonic? Might annoy the meth lab." Oh, don't do that.
Someone else said a dog whistle.
That would be mean. I still want to, Michael, you want to have some fun? We need to figure out if there's a way at higher octaves to activate She Who Shall Not Be Named, the ALEXA person. I want to see if you can activate that to the point where people can't hear it, but you can tell it subscribe to the Den of Tools or something like that. I'd love to be able to set people's devices off without them knowing why it's doing it. Because then there's also a command where you tell it, Simon says, and then it will say what you said. Mm-hmm. And
that's really fun.
And if she also came up going, "Hey, I really like watching the bear too," that would spook some people.
Yeah.
All right, Clint says, "Jeff, do you think Walmart will continue on with the Heart brand? It does seem to be selling very well. They're selling quite a bit of it. They're really happy with it. They've been working with TTI. TTI is happy with it. I think they're going to keep pushing that for quite some time. It's a brand name that they've got a intrinsic partnership with. They kicked Stanley Black & Decker to the curb over that, so I think they're fairly well committed for a good while with that." Robert says, "What brand of planer do you recommend, and what price is reasonable for a used one? Small shop, but I really don't want to go with a handheld planer, but may have to. I did a whole video not too long ago about planers. We've pretty much found that best bang for the buck is probably one of the Wind planers, WEN, and that. But unless you're going to spend real money on it, in which case get the high-end DeWalt. Go check the video out I did on it. Talk about all that, and I also talk about what it's like trying to buy a used one. Sixth Estate, Arizona says, for transparency, I have 7 hammers. I'm like, I don't know how many hammers. I don't think right now. Well, maybe I do. I might have 7 or probably closer to 10. I think I didn't have any hammers, but I think about where they are. There's one over there. There's one over there. I got one in the car. I got over there, and yeah, I got hammers. Not quite the hammer collection I used to have, but yeah, we're looking for a new house here in Vegas. We're really bummed because we had an opportunity to kind of push all in on the, if you would, on the chips on a pricey little property, but it would have been 2 acres with a huge 4-car garage kind of shop, and we could have really blown things out here. So that fell through. Somebody else got it. So we're still looking to rent for now. Probably gonna buy in the next couple years, but for now. Smoking Reptiles Homestead said, what would be an upgrade for a cordless circ saw right now? If I have a Ryobi and it just doesn't cut the mustard, it's my only complaints with Ryobi. Let me see here. Are you deep in the Ryobi line? Like, you got a ton of, whatchamacallit, of, what am I trying to say? Batteries and stuff like that. Because, I don't know, do they make a brushless? What I found is, and often I tell people that, brushless isn't really, the new 1 HP brushless, maybe take a look at that. Brushless in drills and impacts is nice, gets you some extra power, but where you really see it is anything that spins, like long-term spinning kind of stuff. Impacts, drills, they're usually quick bursts of power. But on routers and sanders, oscillating multi-tools, circ saws, man, especially, that's why the circ saw they sent me came with an 8 amp hour battery, because circ saws eat batteries. So if you're looking for a cordless circ saw, definitely look for something that's brushless. If you don't like Ryobi, Cobalt is, I think, the next step up. I think that's a fantastic line. Or you can check out Skill. I don't have the 20 volt in Skill. I have the 12 volt system in Skill, and I'm pretty happy with it. The
Antonio Perez, I think you're talking about keto stuff with Dr. Berg and Thomas DeLauer.
Oh, okay.
I'm just guessing. Yes.
Shade Tree Living says, why Northern Tool don't get that much love? It's better than Harbor Freight. Well, first of all, there isn't one near me, and they're a lot more regional. So it's kind of hard to do tool reviews at a place that I can't go to and buy the tools.
Crystal Lynn, thank you for the $2 super chat. She says, love the horn.
Hey.
Thank you so much. I did see your chat earlier, or your hello earlier. He's just behind. So thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Mark says, I've been hinting on the Yukon 48 box for Papa's Day.
That would be a great service for us to offer. Like, we can send an email when Father's Day is coming up. By the way,
that would be great.
I heard from your...
Through the grapevine.
Right. This is exactly what they want. So you could surprise them.
Can you top that off for me? If you'd be so kind. Thank you.
No. What are we, married?
There'll be a good tip in it for you.
Wait, I'm getting paid? What?
Michael Craven says, which would you go for? 26 or 27 gallon Fortress compressor? Well, first of all, with the compressors, it's all about what you use it for. I don't do air tools. So I have a 21 gallon compressor, and it's fantastic. I never use it. I use my 2 gallon Fortress compressor because it's stupid quiet, and it does everything I need a compressor to do, which is everything but run tools. Neil says, what's the weakest and strongest point of a flex tool? The weakest point of a flex tool is that they're new. I mean, quite frankly, it's they're new. It's an established company. The company that makes Flex tools, they've made Cobalt, they've made Masterforce, they've made tools for other companies for years. They were the driving power that was worked with Bosch to create that amazing, the Glide, that articulating arm saw. That thing's a piece of engineering wonderment that everyone else has tried to copy. They're the guys who helped build that. They've been doing great stuff for years and years. Like the third company to jump on the lithium ion bandwagon. They own Flex, which in Europe has been around for over 100 years. They own Skill and Skill Saw. But, it's a new power line, and it's a new endeavor. So the question is, how quickly are they going to roll out new tools? How deep is that light? There's supposed to be 100 new tools, but within 24 months. But the question is, are they going to come out with the tools that you need first or second? Can you wait for those tools? And I think secondly, the other question is going to be, what's the sale price going to be? Because, I mean, list price to list price, it's better than DeWalt. It's better than Milwaukee. I think it's even better than Makita. But sale prices are what we got to see, where that's going to land. What's the strongest point? They've got tons of engineering background and know how to do this stuff, especially when it comes to batteries. And that's where the rubber meets the road when it comes to cordless tools, is batteries. Hey, little bear, how you doing?
Good.
Aw. Neil says 12 volt versus 18 volt versus 40 volt Makita. They all feel like they have their place on different tools, but having that too many battery platforms for me to buy into, will they support all three going forward?
Good job.
Yeah, they will. And the reason you can trust that is they're a huge company, and they sell tools around the world. They're one of the biggest tool companies in the world. They're one of the few tool companies that's not really owned by somebody else. And they make a ton of stuff. And they're different lines. The 12 volt is for the people who need lightweight tools. Often the guys doing like specialized stuff like HVAC. We got a lot of guys who do HVAC and stuff like that who use the 12 volt. 18 volts your standard contractor grade tools and stuff like that. And the 40 volt is for the higher end. It's for the guys who are doing concrete and large site construction, stuff like that. So they're, as you said, different tools for different jobs. I don't think any of them are going to go away.
Travis with a $4.99 super chat says, at the Den of Tools, I'm not sure where you guys are at, Montana or Vegas or back, but I know you do trade shows. Ever coming to the great state of Florida? We are currently in Vegas. We are going to be heading back to Montana in the next 3 weeks-ish or so. And I guess my thought would be, what trade shows?
Yeah, if there was a great trade show, I'd fly down there for it.
Or something else amazing. Like, you guys can always email us. It doesn't need to be...
Yeah, we've talked about doing... If we get somebody to watch the kids for the weekend, we might fly down just for... I've always promised to take her down to Florida for some fun in the sun. She's, like, never been to, like, a beach resort or anything like that. And she says she wants to go, which is hilarious because she hates being out in the sun.
That's not true. I don't like sun in my face.
Anyway...
Mater's Workshop with a $5 super chat says, I'm going to be doing my first giveaway later this week during a live stream. Woohoo! It's a birdhouse I'm making. I was wondering if that's what the giveaway was going to be, but I wasn't sure. So that's super awesome. If you have a day, if you know what day you're going to do it, let us know. Otherwise, everyone just keep an eye out on Mater's channel.
Karen had asked... So I really wish you had insight with and reviews with Menards. Their Masterforce brands do seem like good quality tools. As far as their hand tools, I believe it may have changed, but they used to be made by Apex, which is one of the biggest hand tool companies out there, and they're good quality tools. As far as the power tools, they're made by the same people who make Flex and Skill Saw and Cobalt. They're made by Shervon, and they're fantastic tools. Go ahead.
Scrap and Stack, $20 super chat, and I love your like
yin yang.
Yeah, but it's with like recycling logos.
Oh, that's
so I think
cool.
That's super cool.
I like that.
Sorry, as I get all choked up.
I gotta tell you, I geek out on logo kind of stuff because I've had to design it and stuff like that. That's really, I like that logo. That's good.
$20 super chat. So thank you so much. Super appreciate it. It says, "Hi, I love your channel. I had planned on starting my channel back up again. Not tool related. Even if it was, we would still think it was cool that you're starting it up. And have an idea for an animated character. I'm curious how the bear is made. Like what software. Thank you so much."
I'll tell you what, I don't talk about it in public, not because I'm trying to hide it, well, I guess I am. I'm not trying to hide people from being able to do that. I'm trying to hide people from the company because the company is not good. All right, they're kind of shifty and they do a lot of stuff that I'm not really fond of. But I tell you what, if you email me at red@denatools, I'll give you the whole 411 on it and tell you all about it. But I don't want to talk about it here because it's a big thing. We say we don't talk about it. And it's, I just need to tell you the whole thing, whether you want to deal with it.
But super excited that you're starting your channel back up. And we always encourage people, if you have an idea, start a channel.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Even if it's tool related.
If you're doing scrapping like that, I'm guessing because the recycling and the name and stuff, that would get good content. People love to watch that kind of stuff.
I would watch it. I think it's cool.
Russ says, with computer performance goes up and prices don't change that much, and performance is very similar on like platforms. This happening in tools, mid-level brands performing like expensive ones.
Okay, I read that as medieval brands. I was like, what's a medieval brand?
Not as much. Some, but when you're making a physically engineered product, you don't get the benefits that you can with silicon. Part of the reason that prices go up is they managed to make the silicon on smaller and smaller pieces, so you get more chips per silicon wafer. All of that, you don't get the same, like every 3 to 6 months or something. You don't get that same kind of upgrades kind of stuff you see with it, but they do get better and better. So yes, but not as quickly. Shade Tree Living says, why Northern Tool? We just comment on that. Fry Guy says, really loving my old hickory utility shed, 12 by 20. Very happy with it. Glad I bought it last summer.
Might be
That's
in relation
cool.
to the person who was asking about the shed.
I need a 16 by 20. That's the space I got. And Tony says, yeah, cost of wood is nuts right now. Mike Chesney says, we know the stories about brick outhouses. How about a shed made from rail welded together might survive a tornado? Man, if I could get some, that would be pretty cool. Use them for uprights. And man, I could do one crosswise and put a trolley.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, this is up. It's in Livingston, which is Rail Town. There's got to be some old rail I can get my hands on. Mater's Workshop says, if you get the golden ratchet from Harbor Freight, do you get a chance to win the Willy Wonka tour? I got the ratchet. No one said anything about a tour.
Hey, Suburban Beard.
Suburban Beard
joined. Thank you so much. I am tongue-tied this evening. I can't speak English. And I'm trying to check out, is that like a silhouette of a bearded... I can't read what
I think
it
it's
says.
him from the side.
Yeah, like a, what do you call that?
Profile?
I know words.
And he does a $5 super chest to follow it up.
Oh, it says, thank you for all that you do. Your videos have helped all of my videos grow. Awesome.
That's awesome. I was actually just on your channel today, made a comment. Somebody made a comment on his, well, he did a remix, or he's working on a remix. It's pretty funny, of the whole Flex PR, the launch event. And and if you were here watching, I made fun of them too. It's hard to sit there and watch that much marketing and that many buzzwords being thrown around, and not like sit there with your buzz card bingo and be like, oh, bingo. But then some other people take it a bit too far. Somebody commented like, oh, it was completely dishonest and they cheated and blah blah blah, and it was an embarrassment. I'm like, you've clearly never watched any industry trade show kind of event.
Yeah.
Because it was par for... I mean, go watch a Milwaukee pipeline event. They'll spend the first, 20 minutes talking about how amazing they are and the history that they have. I'm like, you don't have any history. You got bought by TTI. You guys got rebooted in the late 90s. What are you talking about?
That's less interesting.
I know. But it's the same thing. It's all marketing flash and CGI and all this stuff. And, the clearly marketing spokesman sitting there. I mean, and as I said, God help you if you have to watch a Snap-on one. But then I was also thinking, like, if you have to talk to these, if you go to the trades shows, I'm going to be at World of Concrete, and you've seen the ones I've done. I did SEMA. Well, SEMA is all flash. I mean, that's what SEMA is. Hold on, I get sit up in this chair. I'm sliding out of it. But the National Hardware Show is actually pretty sedate when it comes for trade shows. But World of Concrete's going to be insane. And all the big launch events and stuff they're going to do, it's all that sort of thing. And anybody who's been around for more than a couple of years, they see it and they're like, you just ignore that part. You just take away the parts that are interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's so many armchair quarterbacks. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about one of the viewers that was on, and it wasn't just on your channel. It's on all the channels. I see these comments everywhere from these guys talking about, oh, well, real pros don't do that. I'm like, if you're a real pro, you've seen this before, and it's nothing new to you. Mayor's Workshop says, if you get I just read that one. Zaffiel says, lumberjack paychecks haven't gone up. Who's pocketing the money? Yeah, exactly. Mike Adams says, hey, howdy, y'all. Jeff, thanks for the advice on the Bauer half-inch impact. Is it as powerful as my pneumatic? No, but plenty powerful for 90% of what I need. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be the case. If you're only doing it half-time DIY kind of stuff, unless you're working on farm equipment or big, really big commercial diesel kind of stuff, which some people do as a hobby, you're not going to need anything more than a basic electric one. Trent says, finally received my reimbursement from Makita customer service. Unfortunately, it's credit towards Makita products. The only thing that sucks more than Ryobi is Makita customer service. And Holly says, go for a dog whistle. No. Andy says, others and I are wondering why lumber prices are I cannot figure it out. So in Livingston, where our other house is one of the largest lumber mills in North America. They process 12% of all, or 14% of all the 2x4 lumber that comes out of Montana. And it's a huge mill, and it's stock. It's full. It's full to the brim, and they got trucks coming in and leaving every single day on the hour.
We're like, we're here. We're
totally happy. We're not running out of trees. Were there trees in Montana when we left?
When we left,
there were still trees.
Yep.
There were still people cutting it down. And it's not like lumberjacks usually have to worry much about social distancing. They're not working right next to each other half the time. Thoughts on the new Hercules 12-volt ratchets at Harbor Freight? I have not tried them. I have talked to some people who said they thought they were great. I think a lot of people try to get these. I call them e-ratchets, electronic ratchets. They get these ratchets and they think they're impacts, and they're not. It's a ratchet, and it's not. You do the torque and stuff by hand, and you can't over torque it, because if you do, you're going to damage the ratchet. They're for spinning things on and off quicker and easier. They're not for putting a ton of pressure on. For what they are, I think they're fine. Mike Adams says, being that my air compressor is out of order right now, my pneumatic impact is useless anyway. Well, that could put a kink in things, huh? And Fred Hill says, well, I'm back. Hey, he's back. They let him out of the hospital on Wednesday. Everything tastes like crap right now. Haven't done much at home. In northern Colorado, we're waiting for a big snowstorm.
Well,
it's a good time to stay at home.
Yeah, and just relax.
Yep.
Just take care of yourself.
Hope you're feeling better here soon. Star Sniper says, what do you think about the Gray Canada Tool Company? I have an old gray ratchet, and it's just as good as an old Snap-on. I have not dealt with them much, so I can't really say anything or much. I don't know if I've dealt with them at all. Antonio says, okay, gotta go. Another service call. Have an awesome stream, Jeff and Jesse. And to all the watchers, be safe, have fun, and take care all. Thank you, sir. Linda says, oh my, you're young, 52. I wish I was that again.
Oh my goodness. I'll be right back.
And Ed the Tech Guy says, those 5-inch Harbor Freight vices break so easily. I made a video on one and it broke with just a bit of pressure. That's the problem with casting. Is some of them get a good cast, they're fine. Some of them get a bad cast, you get an air pocket, and it just pops right off. Anthony says, some of the complaints about Harbor Freight tools are generated from user mishap and the wrong tool for the job. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that, especially when you're dealing with Harbor Freight, because you get a lot of people who are, the reason they're buying inexpensive tools is that they're new to tools and they don't want to spend a lot. They don't know what they really need and that kind of stuff. So when you deal with that, you're going to get a lot of that, which is good with the hand tools where you get the lifetime warranty on it. Let's see here. Master Force Tool Reviews says, Jeff, you may be interested in this. The Hercules corded multi-tool is the exact same multi-tool as the Master Force corded multi-tool. I mean, exact. So Chevron has to make Hercules as well. That would be interesting if they made... I'm going to have to look into that. I've been able to identify who makes most of Harbor Freight's tools. I have not been able to figure out who makes the Hercules stuff. Boy, I wonder if there's some sort of tool markings in there I can double check. Bart Foster says the corded Makita 15 amp recip saw is a beast. I agree the cordless Makita recip isn't as strong and no orbital unless 36 volt is orbital. I think the 36 volt is orbital. But then you're jumping up to 36. Fred says we are supposed to get 8 to 14 inches of snow tonight. Oh my gosh, in mid-April. Ouch. Gary says why some of us get tools at Harbor Freight, but why some of us get tools at Harbor Freight? They're closer to home than other stores are over 80 miles away. Also a lot cheaper to replace after they grow legs or run over by a forklift. You know, and I get that, especially from the mechanics. And people say, well, you know, if you buy that Harbor Freight, that thing's going to break, blah, blah. I'm like, how often have you broken a tool versus having a tool grow legs? And they all stop and they go, well, I'm like, yeah, so would you rather it be a $100 socket or a $5 socket? James says, I just finished a long 10-hour course of OSHA training and can now relax and watch your videos. Oh my gosh, brother, that is 10 hours long of some really dry content, I am sure. Oh. Finman says, it seemed like every brand of tool has been some kind of sale recently, but no Makita. Do you think some stores will have some price drops on Makitas soon? Makita has sales on and off. They don't have the kind of blowout sales like you see on a lot of other stuff. And this is what I say, Makita doesn't, they're like, we make great tools, and, people around the world buy them, and if North America wants to buy them, that's great. But even like when I've seen like Makita days and stuff like that, you look at the sales and you're like, they're compared to other ones, they're not fabulous sales. But if you want Makita, that's the good price for it. So Zafio says, yes, Google and Alexa will respond to ultrasonic sounds. I think they patched to prevent that now, though. Michael says the device in ham radio circles causes giggles. On a common channel, someone say, blank, what time is it? In 50 homes, it starts announcing the time. I've been known to do that here. He said it might be fun to make a project out of it. To fake one out. That would be a lot of fun. Zap says, I've heard Vegas real estate is way overpriced. I think everywhere right now, Vegas or property is way overpriced. But yeah, it's back to top tier right now in Vegas. And I don't see it bottoming out anytime soon is the problem. Because if people here can't buy it, then people who don't live here want to buy it. It's just ridiculous. And right now we're looking to rent, and the prices people want for rentals is bad. The people want to sell is bad. I don't like buying at the top of the market, but I might be forced into it. Wohawk says, don't look, Jeff, you might spook her, but there's a unicorn on your left. Oh, let's see here. Not me, still not me, says, how about a video on power tools that are made in the USA versus ones that are made and assembled in the USA? I can tell you this, there are no power tools that are sold through retail that are made in the US. There's none. Not one. So if you can figure out some that are made here that I don't know about, I'd love to hear about it. You can email me at red@dentools.com. There are some specialty stuff that for higher end kind of things for niche markets that are made in the US, but the stuff that we talk about on the channel that's comparable to especially the cordless stuff, not going to find any. Mike Adams says, can you suggest where I can get a round to it, I could do everything I needed to once I get around to it. Nice. Any thoughts on the Wilton bash hammers? No, I didn't even know they had those. I will have to look into that. There's so many hammers out there. I tried to do a video a couple times on a guide to buying hammers. And, man, talk about just going down a rabbit hole. And I thought I knew a lot about hammers. And I'm going to have to do one like... And I did a video, I think, at one point, and people started complaining I didn't cover this hammer or that hammer. No, my gosh. Rapunzel says, gotta leave the den. Thanks to everyone for all the info. See you next time. You have a good one. Fred Hill says he's back. Throttle Power says, just saying hi, enjoying the show tonight. Mark Olson says, great show, Mr. and Mrs. Bear.
Thank you.
I haven't seen a cordless needle scaler. I have not seen one of those either. I was looking. Although I think there is some specialty company makes one, but not one that any of the big power tool companies makes. Tommy Unfiltered in the house.
Yes, hello.
Speaking of which, we should take a break. Tommy, talking about Tommy here reminds me that we're past top of the hour, which is your job to remind me.
I was absent.
AWOL is what it was, without leave.
Wait, I have to ask a question?
Yes, you do. Psh. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to take a break here in the middle of the show and thank our mods here. That's everyone with the blue cobalt wrench behind their name. And what we'd like to ask you to do is help the mods out, because most of our mods are, in fact, we should do this. Tommy is getting promotion to moderator.
Ta-da!
So if you're a moderator, post a link to your channel right now, because you, the viewer, yes, you, can help adopt a mod. And what we'd like you to do is go over to one of their channels and like one of their videos. Maybe leave a comment, maybe share, maybe subscribe, ring the bell. You can do all that fun YouTube kind of stuff, because we really like to help support the community here. And not just tools, any kind of channel, but anybody we talk to, the community here. I know, in fact, in some cases, I might be a little over the top. I know I talked to Jim over at, he keeps changing the name, Philly Fixed. And I'm like, no, man, anything you need, I'm happy to help you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, great, thanks. Too much information. I get it. But you know what it is we've been very blessed. And so blessed that it's like, when you find success and you're like, this is amazing, you want other people to get uplifted by the same thing, it's like that. So help us share part of our success with these other channels and help lift them up too by going over and adopt a mod and checking out their channel. Also, huge shout out, thank you to everyone who supports us with the super chats. You guys are awesome. I know we have no bell to ring. She's going to come up with some sort of interpretive dance kind of thing. Go.
Yeah.
We're just watching.
No.
Really?
I don't have a dance. Don't put me on the spot.
I love putting her on the spot. She hates being put on the spot.
Yes, absolutely.
We're still waiting.
It's okay. I like the idea of getting a kazoo, but that's okay.
And I want to say huge thank you to all of our great members. That's everyone with the little bear behind their name. The members is kind of like Patreon, but it's built into YouTube, so you don't have to go somewhere else. And information on that is in the link in the video description down below. Thank you everyone who supports the channel. We just feel incredibly blessed by God for all the things that we have here. And we love sharing the savings and the knowledge and the information and the community with all of you. Let's see here.
I'm trying to follow something up with that.
Go for it.
If you were watching and you're like, man, I would really like to have a channel, do it. Do it. I encourage you. We talk to people all the time who think that they don't have like the nicest camera or whatever.
Oh yeah.
You don't need fancy stuff. The thing that's important is your willingness to do it, being consistent, and your excitement for it. So
sincerity.
Yeah.
That's what
if you're
it's all
thinking
about
it, do it. So sorry.
Which, by the way, leads me to talk to you about Olight. If you haven't checked out Olight, no, I kid, I joke, but I do like this thing.
Yes, you do.
Just mostly because it looks like a big Zippo.
I've been meaning to steal that, by the way.
She's
That's
always
the joke.
swiping
when he
stuff.
gets stuff, he's like, "This is not for you." Most of the time, I'm like, "I don't even want it." Like, thanks.
But
I'm
if it's
good.
shiny, and this is kind of shiny,
it's kind of shiny and has
it's
battery
compartments.
power. Yeah, and it does have So if that goes missing later, don't look in my purse.
I know who to go find. Anyway, moving along. Oh, Homily upgraded membership to Tool Bear. Thank you very
Yes,
much, sir. I
thank
really
you.
appreciate that. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Dance.
I don't have a dance.
Dance, woman!
Yeah.
I'll help you dance.
No. You'll just make me make terrible noises.
All right. Don't worry, I put a buzzer under her seat for the next video.
Oh, good. Christina Marie. Yes, go check out
Hey,
her
Christina
channel.
Marie's here.
Yes, I saw that your sister commented. I'm super sorry I didn't get to meet you. And
Did she comment tonight?
she did. You didn't get to it yet, but I
Oh.
saw it and commented and said I was super bummed that I didn't get to go.
That was great. For you just got here where you didn't hear earlier when I was telling everyone that I made an embarrassment of myself by drinking while being on keto at your birthday party. And anyway, but it was funny though because we're sitting there talking to everybody, and it was her birthday and it's a bunch of her friends. So whenever you get together with someone you're friends with, and then you meet their other friends, and then you got to do that whole like, so how do you know so and so? Well, how do I know so and so? And of course, I'm the YouTube friend that she knows because we met through a YouTube group, and they're all like, "Oh, so what do you do?" And I do this and that. And then it comes out like, "Oh, and I'm an animated bear," and everyone stops. And like,
Kind of like
and then all at once,
I'm not really a cat.
yeah, exactly. It's like an animated bear. I'm like, yeah, and then all of a sudden 5 phones go. What's the name of the channel?
Yes.
Yeah, because then like I gotta see this for myself. All right. Anyway, let me catch up here. Mike Adams, we talked about that one. Wohawk says, I've determined that any project in my truck takes 3 blank days, not 3 days, not three.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Throttle Power says, just saying hi, enjoying the show tonight. And let me scroll down here. Ed the Old Tech Guy says, the weakest point of Flex Tools is their marketing. I agree, time will tell, but they just need to allow them to be out for a year before they can make all their claims. Why? Everyone else does. They all make claims like that. It is the industry that we're in. Gary says, what kind of meals do you like in keto? My wife has made a lot of them. I'll tell you what, I am just the really type of basic, like meat and veggies kind of stuff, and add in some cheese. I'm the worst when it comes to it. I'm like, just give me whatever. I don't want to
He
think
doesn't
about
want
it.
to make any decisions about it. I will not say that you're basic because you're far from it.
Yeah, which is why to be good, I just give me the food and I'll eat it.
Yeah.
AC says, Little Bear and myself had the same shirt. Thanks for the free giveaway. Oh, what did he have?
What? Oh, it was the UFC shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That is like my favorite shirt. Of course, it was not my size and probably not appropriate for me to wear.
Brandon Scott says, I worry about the 100 tools being 4 versions of 25 actual tools. No, that's what Ryobi does. Ryobi has 9 versions of their string trimmer. I kid you not. I counted them up. Amelie says, grab the Bosch Hammer Drill Freak Kit with 4 amp hour batteries today for $150. Wow, that's a great buy. Even cheaper than the kit with the 2 amp hour batteries. You gotta love that when the upgraded kit is cheaper than the basic kit. Taylor says, good evening, Wind Spiral Head or Planer or DeWalt 3-blade benchtop planer. If this is going to be it for you, and if you want, how do I say this? If you're going to be a high-end, casual, amateur woodworker, I'd get the Wind. If you're planning that eventually later you're going to pull that 3-blade and put the spiral head in, and you're going to be doing this a lot, get the DeWalt. Dr. Falcon says, love the headband. Andrew says, great show. Thanks for keeping us informed on everything. Wohawk says, so far I'm liking the Hercules drill bits, sharp, and actually have drilled a few holes without needing to sharpen. That's cool. Thoughts on a good 1/2-inch breaker? Pittsburgh. I've seen them tested against all sorts of stuff. I have one. I have the Tecton one. I've seen them compared with the Icon. I've seen them with the Matco. I've seen them with they are within spitting distance of any other breaker bar out there. and they're like $15, and they've got a lifetime warranty. In fact, I had the guy who designed the Icon one get all pissy with me. And he's like, well, it's not as robust as the Pittsburgh one. I'm like, it's close enough. He's like, yeah, but it'll stand up a little bit longer and the other one could break. I'm like, oh, if only it had a lifetime warranty. Oh, wait, it does. He had nothing to say to that. Fred Hill says, can you believe the whole time I was in the hospital, I slept for 3 hours? Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. Finally got some sleep at home. I'm really sorry about that. That would suck.
Hospital sleep is terrible. It's awful.
Yeah. Fried Guy says, your opinion on cordless tools that use 2 batteries instead of 1. I've talked about this all the time. What if one would drain faster than the other? They use a balancing technique for it. I think it's a huge thing that everyone should be doing. I would much rather be able to pop 2 of my standard batteries in a tool, especially like outdoor power equipment, rather than having to buy into a separate battery line. Sadly, only a few companies do it. Cobalt just came out with a mower that does it. I think it's fantastic. I wish they'd all jump on that bandwagon because I think it's a great way to get more power out of the same battery platform. When will wood prices go down? When people realize that it grows on trees.
Literally.
Wohawk says, tour, a 3-hour tour. 3-hour tour. Showing my age there. Splat B says, my dad's 20-year-old DeWalt 6-amp grinder finally go up in smoke for a weekend DIY light mechanic work. Should I go with Bauer Hercules or someone else? Here's what I would do. If you need it right now, I would get the Bauer or the Hercules depending on what level of performance you need. And then take good care of it. Make sure you get it when it's on sale. And then just haunt Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace until you get like an old Delta or a Dayton or something like that. You can get, maybe even refurbish it and make it brand new, because those old ones, like those grinders like that, they last a long time. And if with good care and stuff, they can last nearly forever. So that's what I would do. That's the whole thing, methodology I tell people often with starting out with Harbor Freight shop tools. You get them, you take decent care of them, and if you buy them right, when you turn around to sell them, you're only going to lose $5 or $10 on the whole deal, if that. So it's a great way to get the tool for now so you can get the work done and then upgrade to the tool you want when it comes along. Homily says, I also nailed the Metabo HPT brushless hammer drill for about $110. Huge sale going on over at Lowe's. There's no rhyme or reason. Every location's doing it differently, but there's a ton of great stuff in that Metabo HPT line getting closed out right now. We're not sure why, if they're trying to reduce inventory or what, but savings to be had. And Salem says, I need to head off. Got stuff I need to get done. Good night, Bear family. Wish I could give you both a big bear hug. You have a good one, sir. We'll see you next time. And Gary says, Miss Bear, we are not big on being in the sun. That's why I live. Right. And my route is up north.
That's right. Just stay safe on the roads. We super appreciate you. Yes, I'm not big on being in the sun. I don't understand people that are. I'm married to one.
Being in the sun.
Understand it.
Especially being on the water, on the sun. Did I show you that picture of that striper that somebody caught down at Lake Mojave? The thing had to be that big. We got to get out there and do some fishing. Michael says, is Leatherface going to be demoing chainsaws at the hardware convention? That would be hilarious. I would love to see that. Try going on a Tupperware rally.
What?
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, like a party.
Oh. Clint says, I can't see Stanley Black & Decker being that successful with power tool lines. $900 million for Craftsman. They lost their credibility when they started making small home appliances. Hey, you know what? I actually rather like my Black & Decker. We had the rice cooker. It made great rice. Mm-hmm. I have the toaster oven that I use for melting plastic in. So, hey. But they're doing okay with the Craftsman line. And they're killing it with DeWalt. I'm not a huge fan of most Stanley Black & Decker stuff, but for cheap appliances.
I think the Tupperware rally was the comment about people complaining about the video.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to put it all together because it's from a while ago. So.
Fred Hale says, if you haven't seen a Darwin Award, this guy was screwing around with a big snapper turtle, and guess what happened? He lost his entire arm from the shoulder to fingers. Oh! I don't even want. I know I do not want to see that. The Tommy says, "Hey, Big Bear, Mama Bear, is Flex for real or is it a wannabe? Send in a week to Mama Bear." I think it's for real. I really do. If you guys missed it, VCG did a whole thing with the drill driver versus the Milwaukee, and apparently the only thing they were actually using the higher level fuel Milwaukee against the base model drill driver, because I'm guessing people wouldn't believe them if they saw it otherwise. I think Flex is the real deal. I tell you what, I love the grinder. I love the recip. The impact is fantastic. And I have to put the circ saw through its paces, figure it out, and we're going to do a tear down on the batteries. But I don't expect to find anything but good things, because that's their strong suit. That's their bailiwick right there, the batteries. Ed the Old Tech Guy says, "Bro, I'm at a network trade show all the time. Talk to vendors all the time. I watched the Milwaukee event a year or so back, and Flex laid it on real thick. Come on, bro. It was real bad." I was in the tech trade shows. They don't do stuff like that. Go to E3 and you'll see stuff like that. But, go to, but I mean, like, I used to go to Comdex every year. Comdex was never anything like that. But you go to the, what's the big one in January here? The commercial, the CES. CES is like that. And I just make sure I wasn't being crazy about it. I just rewatched the last Pipeline event, and it was as bad or worse. Go back and watch it for yourself. The Lisa says, "Hey Jeff, it was a pleasure to meet you this weekend at my sister's party. Your wife looks like a lot of fun."
And I wrote back to her and said I was super bummed that I wasn't able to. I was not feeling well. I get migraines really bad. So I was super bummed that I missed it.
It'd been like a 2-day migraine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because my migraines are horrible.
It was good, but I was telling her and some of the other ones there that we should get the kids together, go out, and do some fun stuff, do some outdoorsy kind of stuff, and have some before it gets too hot here.
Yeah, Christina Marie's like, "Are you glad to be here?" I'm like, "It's too hot." I think I literally just put that in the chat. It's too hot here. Too hot.
And it's been nice lately.
Yes.
Michael says, "Let's flip the thought. Poor service from tool OEMs. Just what kind of people are they going to find for $12 an hour? High school kids and ex-cons." And the problem is, as the minimum wage keeps going up and going up, people are feeling more entitled. And I've been noticing this. The people are like, "Yeah, I'm making $15." Like, I've tried to hire people in Livingston. I tried to hire some people to help with some digging, and I was offering $20 an hour, and people were like, "Well, I don't know."
There's a lot of like no shows, and I'm like, it's small town. Like, first of all, we know who you are. Second of all, it's like cash.
Yeah, $20 an hour under the table. That's like making $30. A lot of entitlement going on. C. Adams says 6:05 timestamp, 6:28 real time, so I'm only 23 minutes behind, which for me is pretty much being
basically
spot
on time.
LARPing Supplies has got the new Hercules flexible shaft. It bound up and is now janky at best. I wonder if I got a lemon. Hercules flexible shaft what? Am I just blanking on what this is?
I'm also not seeing the chats on my phone. I think it's my phone.
See, you said chat, and I'm...
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not helping you?
No, I don't know what that is. I've not seen the Hercules flexible shaft. Let's see here. Where was I? Okay. Fred says, "Mrs. DeBear, I hear you. We're hurting so bad you could curl up on the floor. You're in so much pain." Yeah. Yep. She's curled up on the couch with her sunglasses on. Yeah. With all the lights out.
Yeah. And I like a nap during the day, which like never happens unless I'm dying.
Jason says, "Of tools, how's your Harbor Freight 500-pound capacity hydraulic tape lift cart?" I love that thing, man. I could not live without one of those. We use it for all sorts of stuff. We use it for loading stuff in and out when we go to the storage unit. I use it for moving things. Those things are, as I say, it's the one tool you don't have in your shop that you never knew you needed till you have it. And I get emailed all the time from guys going, "I finally bought it. You were right. This is the email just to, Get it off my karma because I held off for so long. Fred says, bear supply and demand for houses. Yeah, that's part of it also. That's driving up wood. That's driving up prices of housing. I can't build houses out here fast enough. They're building up the mountains up here.
Yeah, we keep having issues with mountain lions.
Yeah, we had 3 or 4 this year so far.
They just
And they're not just on the edge of town. They're coming out and just roaming, hanging out in people's patios and stuff.
Eating animals.
Yeah, small dogs. Can we inquire as to what you do in the professional world outside the other tools, the industry rather? Well, you can ask. You can also go over to Sergeant Joe Smith's channel. Did a whole background on me. You can watch the whole thing. In short, and I've done a lot. It's really hard to condense it all, but what is he? I'm 52, semi-retired from what I was doing. I started off in the trades. For about a decade, I did carpentry, rehabbing older houses. I never did new construction. Although I did help a buddy with a paint crew when I pick up an odd job doing new construction painting. I did, and then I moved over into what's today called low voltage IT, running wire, that kind of stuff, which led into doing network stuff, which then led into getting a job as an IT manager, and that transitioned into an operations guy. And for the last, I would say it's like close to 20 years, but probably like 17 years, I was the chief operating officer for a tech company. So I've been on the working side, I've been on the management side, and all points in between. And I'm also the kind of person that never had like one job. I always worked 2 or 3 jobs. Like I would go and work, on the job site during the day, and then I would wait tables in the evening, and then later at night I'd go and I'd pull, 2 or 3 hours working at the neighborhood bar till close. Get up and do it again the next morning.
He's also the kind of person that's like, wow, this seems really interesting, and then like
learns everything about it.
Breathes it, which is awesome and infuriating at the same time.
Like I'm also a licensed drone pilot, and I've got a couple professional grade drones I can do. I used to do, but I've run out of time with all the other stuff with the channel growing and whatnot. But we've done commercial real estate, we've done commercial property overviews, surveys, that kind of stuff. So we've done that. There's a lot. Go watch the video. There's a whole bunch about it there.
YouTube. Oh, you wrote a book.
I'm a best-selling author.
Self-published the book.
Yep.
I'm like, I know there's things we're forgetting. So basically, you're lazy.
I am. I'm really lazy.
Yep.
I'm one of these guys who will never retire. I've always got to have something, doing something. Novstick says, Hammer Time. Did you show that one? Fred says, just like the so-called green jobs, they're not in the U.S. They're all going to China, Vietnam, etc. Yeah. It's hard to do manufacturing in the U.S. due to all the regulations and such. And Michael Chesia says, speaking around things, was at my bank today and advised people not to stand in the 6-foot separation discs. Anybody who has watched a Coyote cartoon knows this is a bad idea.
Yep. Stay off the X.
Yeah. Philly Fix says, hey, I only changed that name once and never too much. No, I thought you changed it twice. Anyway, never too much. Jeff Info, really appreciate your support.
Did you see Christina Marie said hello?
I did. I said hello to her when you were talking to her over there.
I didn't.
Hi, Christina Marie. Happy birthday.
See, you got to keep him, make sure he gets everyone.
Michael says 61 is too old to play Twister in public. Depends on what city you're living into. You're living in. Christina Marie says, Lisa told me you guys were on live, and I'm here now, and I'm going to live stalk you guys today.
Welcome.
And, by the way, if any of you are looking for beauty or anti-aging stuff, go check out Christina Marie's channel. She's got some great content over there.
She's like super amazing. Like, I want to be Christina Marie when I grow up. I know nothing about putting makeup on.
It's funny because she emailed her about putting makeup on, and your response was, well, just do so-and-so. She's like, yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Yes. Christina Marie, it was very helpful advice, except I literally don't know the basics. Elle put foundation on me the other day. Yeah.
Tech Gorilla says, my ninjas. Hey, Tech Gorilla, how you doing?
Tech Gorilla.
And Fred Hill says, have you seen Princess? Forgot her name. Princess Jamie, Princess Bellahound, Princess Elsinora.
We've seen them all.
Are you back there?
Which one are you talking about? She has headphones on. And She's whatever that game is.
Oh, she's speed running.
I'm like, she speed something.
Suburban Beard says, just start recording. If you don't, you never will.
Yeah.
Truer words never spoken. If you don't think my videos were bad, I left them up. You can still go back and look at them.
Also,
they're terrible.
If you record it, you don't legally have to post it. Like if you're like,
Yeah, you
that's
do.
garbage.
Yeah, you do. Just you gotta record and you gotta post. Then you gotta record and you gotta post. And the next trick is be better the next time. Paul says, bought the Hercules miter saw. Very happy with that purchase. Fine tool. That's a great saw, isn't it? It really is. Jennifer White Wolf in the house. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. She says, hey everyone, 353 here. Only half thumbs up. Oh, by the way, hate to be one of those YouTubers, but I gotta do it, which is do it for, there's a lost tool somewhere. Yeah. And your thumbs up could save him. So actually, the YouTube algorithm, it pushes it and it really does help. So if you could give us a thumbs up, we'd really appreciate it. Princess Jamie in the house, back at my laptop now. I can keep up. Pada says, why was I placed in jail about an hour ago? I said nothing. Not a clue. I didn't do it. Sometimes YouTube has automatic sensors that snag stuff. We don't have any control of that.
I don't know what happened, but we are family friendly and we are no politics. Yeah. So if it was one of those things.
Christina Marie says, use a drill for the bell sounds instead. And you were the hit of my party. Yeah, I bet I was. It was, and I did not think, well, first of all, I was drinking Jim Beam, which to me, because I normally drink a Wild Turkey, so drinking Jim Beam doesn't usually bother me. And anyway, it was a great party. And ask Christina, I didn't even eat any pizza when I was there. I had one piece that I scraped the cheese and pepperoni off of.
You're so good, honey.
I'm so good.
Did you pay her to
lie for me? No.
He's like, it's in the mail.
Until Eric had a great time chatting with him and everyone else there. It was a great time.
I am like super jealous. Okay.
You would have had a blast.
We're gonna have to extend your birthday celebrations. That's all that can be done. We're just gonna have to keep celebrating.
MC Tech says get a triangle instead of a kazoo. We have a triangle, but it's still too loud for people. Yeah. Tech Gorilla says cauliflower mash in 40 varieties. Oh, I hate cauliflower. I hate it.
Princess Jamie had a keto snack that involved pickles. He doesn't do pickles, sadly.
Not a fan of pickles either.
Zombie cucumbers.
They are. They're undead. They're undead cucumbers.
Not undead. They're delicious.
They've lived past their stated lifetime.
No, they are picked at like the peak of their cucumberness, and then they're made better.
And then Frankenstein, yeah.
No.
Lisa says you don't make a fool of yourself, and alcohol doesn't count when you're supposed to be partying.
I like how you think.
Yeah, but when you get to be my age, that's not a good look. Anyway, Jeff says, what's up with merch? I wanted a sweatshirt or t-shirt, but no big boy sizes. I'm going to blame it on the whole Corona thing. It's really affected a lot of the providers who make that stuff. So I've been looking for the people who were making it. They were not producing. They're not getting stuff out soon enough, and we had some issues, so we stopped using them. I'm gonna see if I can find some other big bear sizes there.
We're always open to recommendations. We love it.
Yeah.
For anything, tools, as you know, we like to share our information. So if you have a big boy shirt, big girl shirt,
or especially if you know somebody who makes custom. Like bowling style shirts, or what's the other style I like to wear? Guy Bears. I love a good Guy Bear provider would be awesome.
Yeah, like he would literally like run around like a lunatic.
That's my favorite style of shirt.
It really is.
Looks good with the hat.
Everything looks good with that.
Yes. Christine Marie says, "Are you happy to be back in Vegas?"
And I answered that it's stupid hot. It's too hot for me, but I love our friends and family that are here.
But now we're opening up. We got to get together before I told them we were going to go do the thing at Fogo de Chao, and I was like, maybe they should come with us.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's keto. It's Fogo de
Chao.
Chao.
Fogo de Chao.
Do it.
I mean, I love Brazilian steakhouses. And there's several in the city. And there's ones that we go to, Texas de Brazil, and
Just avoid that fancy cart, though.
well, no, that's at Fogo de Chao.
I know. I'm saying if we go, just avoid.
Oh no, I'll
fancy.
be all about the carts because the carts are where all the really good stuff's at.
No, I mean
PT says just get the cognac,
the whatever it is that I every time they come by, I'm like, no, don't stop.
the $100 glass stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's $2,000 for the empty bottle with nothing in it.
PT says, just got here, so I don't know if anyone's asked, but have you heard that Rigid is transitioning to an entry-level tool line? No, they're not. That is not happening. I will eat my shoe if they do that. You gotta understand. So Rigid is owned by Emerson, but they've got a contract for production through TTI. So unless they're going to yank it away from TTI, that's not going to happen because that would also compete then with Ryobi and Hart, with their two entry-level lines that they have. So they're not going to have... And they just came out with a whole new scheme for their... Because they're getting rid of the... what do you call it? What was their version of fuel? Now they're doing something new. I can't remember what they're calling it. That's not going to happen. Yes.
Eric Rodriguez says... says his wife is from Brazil. His Brazilian barbecue is free.
What?
I'm just saying... Send us your address.
Oh, I'm like, well, I thought it was
We
offering.
will
I'm
be
like,
there
I will be there.
immediately.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we love it.
PT says, just got here, so I don't know if anyone asked. Oh, that was the one I just read. Princess Jamie says, I'm going to be getting the Daytona floor jack. That's a good piece for a shop tool collection. Oh, they're fantastic. And now they have it in candy apple red.
That's what I was asking. What color?
I like my green one because it's easy to see, so you don't actually kick it as you're walking around the shop.
I've done that even. Bright green as
yes.
it is.
And Will H says, thanks for another stream. Hello, all. Hey, Will. How you doing, man?
Mr. Zale says, Bear Henderson checking in. Hello, Henderson.
Antonio says, happy belated birthday. I think he's talking to Christina and not me.
Yes, Christina, happy birthday.
Bart Foster says, you should sing.
What?
You should have to sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, Bart Foster says, the 36-volt Makitas do have great power. I love the chainsaw, rear handle, circ saw, and track saw. I'm seriously eyeing a string trimmer. I gotta tell you, there is a world of difference between a 20-volt string trimmer and a 40-volt. They're fantastic. Fred Hill says, I won't go into too much information. In the ER, I finally did something. I feel better, but still in pain, but you knew what happened. Yes, we understand.
Yep.
And Wohawk says, I just went to Google something and forgot what it was as soon as I opened the window.
And I responded and said, that's me all day long.
Where am I? What am I doing here?
Who are you?
Tech Gorilla says, I love my Milwaukee stick blender. Oh, yes. And Lisa says, you mentioned fishing, so just tell me when and where my family is done. Oh, I forgot. She said she loves to do fishing. She loves to do outdoor stuff.
Cool.
So,
we love fishing.
Yeah. And Michael says, speaking of rice cookers, mine blew a thermal fuse. When I opened it, strongly suspect it's a factory miswire. Some key parts are simply not connected. Yeah, that's not a wear and tear thing you would really expect to see on a rice cooker. Princess Jamie says, I have a Black & Decker toaster and it's ancient, works well. You can screw up a device with a knob and heating. I think she meant it's hard to screw up a device with just knob and heating elements. Michael Chesney said, product intro, Cybertruck, and any Apple products. Oh, yes, the Apple products are... Oh, my gosh. Wohawk says, can you put a cast iron skillet in the driveway and fry an egg out there?
Yep.
In the summer, you can.
Yep.
That's not a hard thing to do at all. Fred Hill says, blasted, forgot what I was going to say. Ed the Old Tech Guy says, tools, any tool company that continues this marketing will be roasted by the council. We roast tools, tool companies, and channels. They're just giving us material. Man, you're going to be roasting everybody because that's all they do.
That's kind of their job.
Yeah. Fred says they're saying once the Canadian border opens, the prices may go down.
I thought that it had kind of opened.
I don't know. Jennifer says, Ed, only Dean Martin can roast. The rest of us are only trying. No doubt, man. I miss those things. Those were some funny shows. AC says, have they fixed the issues with the Flex website? I heard that some people weren't able to register the tools. I heard that you have to call them. So here's what I heard through some back channel communications with some other people I know. And that is that Flex got caught off guard because the tools were not supposed to be released. And you've heard me say this. They were not supposed to be released until May 1st. Well, guess what wasn't ready yet? The back-end database for the website. My understanding is that it is still down. Let me go check the website. I did check today. I check every day. And it is... Please check, but yeah, you do still have to call in. Yeah. But I called in, I showed it on video, VCG called in, a bunch of other people have done it. You have to call in, wait 3 to 5 minutes usually, and you get a hold of somebody and you can do the registration. I know Jim over at Philly Fix, he tried to call like day one or something. They didn't know what was going. They weren't ready. In fact, I think the phone number at that time was not the right one. I think it took you to Ego's service at that time, because as I said, so what happened was the tools were not supposed to be released, but they sent them to Lowe's. Well, Lowe's is so big, they don't know, one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. If product comes in and there's a SKU, they put it on the website and they put it on store shelves. And some of the stores held it back because they got the memo. Some of them didn't, and they started selling them. And Flex is like, what's going on, guys? This wasn't supposed to launch until the 1st. At which point, Lowe's is like, well, we're just going to release them all at this point. Yeah. So the issue isn't with Flex, it's with Lowe's.
And Gamer and Dad with the $2.99 super chat.
Woohoo!
Hello! Who I think it's Jay.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are doing well. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I know we're not doing the morning thing, and that's normally when we saw you, but super awesome to see you here tonight. And I hope that New York is not hot. Although I know you love it, so maybe I hope New York's hot for you. There you go.
Star Sniper says, what's your favorite tool brand? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm brand agnostic. So I'll go with whatever tool's best for a particular job. So ask me what sort of work, what kind of job you're talking about, and I'll tell you the brand I would go with. AMW Creation says, I just purchased the Wahada 8-inch joiner, and it seems great, but do you have any experience with it, or how about its durability? I have not, and I'll tell you what, honestly, at this point, I would be holding off with purchasing from Wahada, and it's probably not something you want to hear, but they used to be Q-Tech, and there was an issue with where they're getting their tools from, and so they didn't want to deal with them anymore, so they spun off, and now there's a lawsuit between who has the Q-Tech license now, totally and with them, and so anytime it's a small company like that, and there's lawsuits flying back and forth, I would want to hold off before I invest in it, because you don't want to be left holding a tool with a great warranty and there's no company. So,
right.
Anyway, let's see here. The Vinny says, who does your art for your stickers, specifically for the Den of Tools boxes one? Would love to have some stickers made. Vinny, I'll tell you what, if you email me, I can send your email over to him. He was one of the guys over at the Den of Tools, and he just made it off the cuff. I didn't ask him to make that. All the other stuff is stuff I had made using Fiverr. Christina Marie says, we need a girlfriend night to play in makeup. I don't wear makeup. I know the fur thing, it confuses people, but that's not my sort of thing.
Yes. When you say so we can play, I'm assuming that's so you can put it on me, because I literally have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, she's saying Lisa doesn't know anything about makeup as well. Wine and makeup. She doesn't know anything about wine either.
I don't know anything about wine. I don't really drink wine, but that's okay.
But she'll drink margaritas or stuff like that. Fred says, I saw a picture of a blown tire that was on I-40 in Arizona. My sister lives in Arizona. She told me July and August, don't drive on I-10, I-40. I'm guessing in Nevada, I-15 is the same thing. It's like that. It really is. That's what I saw. The tire that I blew out on one of those videos, that was just, well, I was just north of up in Utah, but it was 110 degrees. Same thing. Princess Jamie says, I drove my CJ 150 miles, breaking the gears I set up, no vibrations, and was able to drive 70 the entire way, almost. First long run, it was a success. That's awesome. And I gotta tell you, if anybody's driven a CJ, much less a CJ5, long distance, that's not easy driving. Brandon Scott says, do you think the wildfires last year had much to do with the wood prices? The Woodworking Garage had a good update on wood prices. No. I mean, I know there was a lot of stuff that got burned up. But a lot of it was in national forests where they don't even do that kind of stuff, which is the reason I think that it caught fire. But anyway, I think it's demand. I think a little bit it's COVID, and I think a little bit is because they know that people will pay it, and you can blame everything on COVID these days. It's not our fault. It's COVID.
You're like, but it's a speeding ticket.
Yeah. And Christina says he didn't pay me. He just transferred me some cryptocurrency.
That's right.
And yeah, Bearcoin. Gamer Dad says 60 in NYC and clear. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bear.
Princess Jamie, you're a rock star. Thank you. I couldn't get my fingers to work.
Tab Ranch says Wild Turkey's flowing over there right now. Shine on. That's awesome. Mo says beautiful unicorn you got there.
Thank you.
Yep. Catching her wasn't easy, but once you get them, you tame them. Still working on that part. Paul says, I could send the missus a set of symbols for her donation tone. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I can do symbols. But
Wohawk and I, again, agree on this. We're on the same page.
Are you talking about the pickles?
No. He
Brussels
says
sprouts?
cauliflower belongs with the evil mini cabbages. Feed them to the pigs for bacon conversion.
Wohawk, I love you. Hey, Gamer and Dad. Thank you. Oh
Welcome,
gosh.
new member. Woo!
Yay! Gamer and Dad. I don't have a dance. Sorry.
Come on.
Really don't.
Come on, do your thing.
Yeah, this is my thing.
Oh my gosh. Amateur hour over here.
That's right.
All right. Robert Jackie says migraine fix 2 300 milligram Advil, 1 extra strength Excedrin. Slam it down with lukewarm or iced coffee. Black. Lay down with eyes closed for 30 minutes. Works like magic. That's not a half bad idea. She's actually done stuff like that before.
Yeah. Me and coffee don't really get along, but when it's really bad, I do drink coffee.
You should drink some of my my Magic Pepsi that I like. The Pepsi
no.
Max.
Nope, that's like horrible, disgusting poison.
That's my favorite
Sorry.
stuff, but it'll get you jacked up.
Yeah, I'll drink coffee. Never mind.
Christine Marie says, yes, I want to go. That would be an awesome video.
I think she means food chow.
Oh, yes. I didn't think she meant fishing. I don't think she's an outdoorsy sort.
Maybe.
No, I think
You're
we chatted
invited.
about it.
You're invited.
Groovejet says, since COVID, I haven't seen you guys till now. Hiya.
Hey. Hopefully you have been
Our
well.
COVID or your COVID?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, did you get COVID? Because we had it. It was not. Do not recommend.
I gave it 1 star in Yelp. I'm going to be honest.
No. Love you.
Christine Marie says, I love the happy birthday voice. And thank you. I've been working on it. John says, haven't been keeping up with the vids lately because of remodeling our first home we recently purchased. Have you gotten any hands-on experience with the 12-volt skill combo kits? Thoughts? Yeah. I bought them personally. I've got the Impact, the drill driver, and the circ saw. And for the money, they're fantastic. They're really well made. I usually have a battery or 2 lying around that I'm using as a battery bank. I think, they're on my, you mean these right here? So, yeah, I've been really pleasantly surprised by these things. Especially because I get the drill and an Impact kit for like $84 or something. Put it over there.
Still a migraine.
Oh my gosh. Brandon Scott says, I found some new to me, keto cake brownie mixes earlier today. Duncan Hines has some individual microwave ones.
I have heard that.
Birch Benders has keto cake. Here's my problem. When I start having those, then I want actual cake because I have to stay away from the sweets.
Me and Birch Benders, whatever that is, because we have had Birch Benders pancakes.
Oh.
They does not do well with me. I don't.
No.
Makes my tummy not happy. But I know lots of people super love it, so if it works for you, I'm totally happy for you.
And Tech Gorilla is commenting on same with my voiceover. He really likes the guy who did the voiceover. Thinks he's got a beautiful voice.
I would agree with
For those who don't know, it is Tech Gorilla who's the voice behind our intro.
I love it. I think it's great.
Princess Jamie says, I buy Mac tools and Mac makeup.
That's right.
That's too funny.
See, Princess Jamie, you knew about makeup. I know nothing. Like, legitimately nothing.
Joan White says it's a Jessie corn.
That's right.
Groovjet says to work in electronics is a requirement that you work with power hot. You can guarantee you're going to work safe. Oh, don't say that. Mater's Workshop says, I prefer Kiss in makeup. Yeah, Kiss without makeup is just, what's the point? That's what I gotta say. LARPy Supply says, I was mentioning the Hercules quarter inch flexible magnetic bit holder earlier. It seems a bit dangerous. Also, why doesn't Harbor Freight have a table saw stand like their miter? I don't know why they don't have one. The bit holder, the magnetic, the flexible, I've not used that one. I do know that with any of that stuff, you have to be careful with them because it's easy to get too much torque going through it. Fred Hill says, well, this is the first. I'm going to call it quits for the night. Fred, you take care.
Yeah,
Hope you're feeling better. Get on the mend, all right?
Rest. Get better. We're almost caught up.
Am I really?
It's almost 7.
Wait. Oh, wow. I am.
Yes,
I am.
literally.
I
just
PT says hello to the Princess Bear.
Hello.
She's bugged out.
Oh, I
Not
it
you.
was Princess. No, I thought it was Princess Janie because I just saw Princess. She's not here. I will tell her.
Les says I picked up the Craftsman Bear Tool V20 3-speed impact driver, 1,700 inch-pounds, with the free gift of a charger 4 amp-hour battery, $50 plus tax. It was too good to pass up. Gary says lumber prices have nothing to do with the Canadian border. It's open to commercial traffic and was never closed, just personal traffic restrictions. That's kind of what I thought, but I had people up in Montana who were in the lumber industry trying to tell me that was the issue. So, Barbecue 76 says, hey guys, I'm finally here. My world's nuts in my life is upside down, but I made it. Oh yeah, never mind. I'll tell you later.
You know where we are. Shoot us an email.
Jason Skrager says, Grizzly is awful. They never have what you want, always back ordered. That is the problem with ordering from Grizzly, is they get stuff in shipments, and then it goes out quickly. So you get it when you get it. Hawk says, Jeff doesn't need makeup. Why mess with perfection?
Am I right? That's right, Wahawk. Again, speaking the truth.
Yes, very much so.
That's right.
Anyway. Let's see here.
Princess Jamie, yes, Pepsi Max is gross. That's right.
Oh, Jamie, I thought you had a CJ5 for some reason. A CJ7. Okay.
She has a CJ7.
I don't know why. I thought it was a CJ5. I forgot.
He forgot that it's his favorite.
Yeah. No, that is my favorite Jeep, the CJ7. Well, I don't know.
No, it really is, because for the 900 years that we have been married, 900, counting.
I'd really like a CJ8.
He's talked about his CJ7 and how he misses it, and he loved it, and it was amazing, and all of the stories. Mm-hmm.
It's one of the few vehicles that I've gotten rid of that I'm like, I really still wish I had that.
Princess Janie.
That and my caddy.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you made me sell it.
Really? Little old me.
No, it was the freaking HOA around here.
Mm-hmm.
Too many vehicles, apparently. Yeah. I hate HOAs. Hate them with a passion. Want to light them on fire. Yeah. That'd be too quick, though. I have to do something slower than that. Yeah. Maybe slow roast. No. Pellet grill.
We're trying not to be.
All right.
Rev Smith says you should not only have stickers but magnets. That would be so cool.
Wow, we should. Oh wait, we do.
We do.
If you go to denatools.com/store,
big ones and medium ones,
we have magnets.
Yep.
They look just like the stickers, but they're magnets. Because I know some people don't want to mar up your beautiful toolboxes with stickers.
I totally
don't
understand that.
I'm the same way, to be honest. Barbecue 76 says, by the way, I'm sorry I'm late. Now, please tell me what I missed. You stop your show and catch me up, and I'll appreciate it. Nothing. As always, we've just been sitting here waiting on you because you're that important to us. Who said hi to the princess?
PT said hello to you, Eleanor, while you were gone.
I don't know if you heard that. She said hi.
Yes. Tech Gorilla is telling Christina Marie to check out his wife's offerings. She's a makeup girl. And then lists her channel.
Anything Pepsi is gross. What? No.
Not anything.
My ears, Mama. I mean, my lights.
Oh, cool.
Terry Tool says, what's up, Dan? Barbecue 76 says, I was working when you did the Flex live stream, but I watched the whole thing. If I heard business, yada, 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 brushless, yada, yada, one more time, I might have blown my head off. Dude, that's, I don't know. I've seen so many marketing production kind of things. I've been to so many conventions and all that stuff. That kind of stuff, I don't even hear that anymore. The Flex is what's next. That kind of got to me. The sensorless, brushless technology is actually a real deal, and it's actually really important. That is going to increase the lifespan of the tool because it's the sensors that can easily get damaged in these tools that make the brushless tools a little bit more fragile than, say, a brushed tool. Barbecue 76 says, I just keep waiting for it, but wait, there's more. If you order now, yada yada, or crap, do they do that with the warranty?
Oh, Fred Hill, thank you. He says, shine on. I hope that you are able to rest.
And Barbecue 76 says, oh, come on, it just jumped on me there. Oh, well, they did it with the warranty, but they could have said, oh, wait, there's more. If you order now, we'll send you another. Just pay shipping. And then he said, finally found a toolbox for the shop. Bought it for $100. It's a 1955 Snap-on KR 352 and 1960 KR 58B. Wow, that's a great deal on anything.
I want pictures.
So Snap-on.
Please.
Karen says, how about a pair of maracas? I suggested maracas. She shot them down already.
We can do maracas.
Somebody else mentioned castanets.
I can do castanets. I can actually do castanets.
Yeah. Maybe you could mime your response.
How about you show me how to do it first?
I just did.
Yeah.
Barbecue 76 says, if Flex wanted to make a good launch, why did they do a QVC infomercial? Yeah, I also said Ed and the other guys break it down. I don't know why people do this, but they all do it.
Sorry.
Go watch the Milwaukee Pipeline. It's the same thing. I'll be honest. If you watch my video on it, you see me mocking them just as much, and I sent them. In fact, you know what? I could read you the email I sent them.
No.
What?
No, because we're almost at the end, and we're
Oh, it's 7:02.
Yes.
We can go a little
And
bit longer. So I can read
Wahawk's
this.
comment is hilarious. I'm going to pee my pants.
Well,
Thank
read
you
it.
so
You
much.
got it over there.
Well, it's behind. We're behind now.
We're behind. You're
Wahawk
behind.
says, yes, my behind. Wahawk says, it's hilarious, but way less hilarious when I can't find it. He says, come on, Jeff, show us those come hither eyes. Yeah, that's right. Princess Jamie says, I have a CJ5 also, but it's the Willys version. Tank under seat. Oh my goodness. LARPing Supply says, I've converted nearly the whole den into Berkeley's Blue. I'm wanting a cordless ratchet. It's Hercules 12 volt line worth it. Any chance of an 20 volt version?
Let's see. Here's what I said. Obviously, the tools look great. There were some very impressive showings there. It would have been nice to see exactly what tools you were putting them up against. So would have quieted some of the questions that people are having. But I think you guys missed on more than a few points. First, it was very well produced, too much so. Things are swinging in the industry right now. People are tired of seeing stuff that is produced to that level, and they see it as 100% fake. I said I get it. Every other company does it. Doesn't mean you guys had to do it. I told people that repeatedly. But between me and you, I think it would have been better if there was more. It would have been better if there was less flash and more sizzle. Let's see here. Basically, it just came across as being too slick and as such insincere. I also said, I think, and somebody else had commented this in the chat, I think the part you missed was that you're targeting this towards pros, but you were over-explaining stuff like you were talking to DIYers. At the end of the day, I think everyone likes the idea of the tools. They liked seeing them in action. They thought it was sort of a joke that all your dudes, and most of them were totally jacked, but again, marketing. So I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to tell you exactly how it felt to my audience and to myself. I said some people were interested. There were some negative comments, a lot of positive comments. Lots of people said that they might be trying to jump on the bandwagon, but a lot of people also said they were turned off by it. That's exactly what I said to Flex. Told them that, I don't... And their response was, thanks, Jeff. We knew that we could count on you to be honest about everything and not pull any punches. And I respect that for a company. When they come back and they're like, yeah, we get it. My take is that they're going to take that, and they already have. They're going to take it, they're going to chop it up, and they're going to use it for other marketing bits and stuff. And there's two sides of this when it comes to promoting products. One is called public relations, and the other one's called marketing. Marketing is flash, sizzle, look at it, it's amazing, buy Coke, not Pepsi, all that. That's all marketing. PR is when you get people like, say, like me or the other YouTube channels to go and test this stuff out. When they send it out, say, go test it, do what you want with it, and just be honest with it. That's public relations, because now you're getting it, you're creating a relationship, and you're creating communications back and forth. And that's what I'm glad to see them doing that you don't see a lot of these other tool companies doing. When was the last time you saw DeWalt really interact with their audience and reach out to people and get connected? Never happens. So, anyway. The come hither eyes. Princess Jamie says, I have a CJ5 also, but the Willys version tank under the seat. Okay. Idiocracy says, CH7 is one of my favorite too, but I'd rather have an M151 or M151. And Barbecue says, but wait, if you order now and only pay shipping, we'll send you and more. Don't forget the steak knives. They got to add the steak knives or it's not a real infomercial.
Client Graphics, thank you so much for the
Hey, Client Graphics in the house.
Chat. I saw you and your wife yesterday.
You did?
Not in person.
They here?
I forgot to tell you.
Oh.
So thank you so much. And as always, I love the pair that's working out. I feel like you should be doing like a what is her name? Jane Fonda video. Barbecue 76 with the $2.76 super chat. Shine on. You're welcome. I'll explain later. Please do. Have a great night.
And he also said, I'm giving such a hard time because I really want Flex to be good. They're good tools. Go look at the actual videos that are getting done. You know, I listed a couple of them. Mayhem's was Mastering Mayhem. He did a great overview of a bunch of the recip saws, and the only recip saw that can hang with it is a 36 volt Metabo HPT. So if it takes you jumping up to a 36 volt to be able to compete, I think you're putting out something that's pretty good there.
Nathan Miller says, I'm home with the COVID. I am
Oh my gosh.
sorry.
Who's this?
Nathan Miller.
Oh.
So I am super sorry to hear that. Please take care of yourself.
Hopefully you're not experiencing too many symptoms.
And make sure that you have someone checking on you.
Yeah. And Do Alex says, Ironworker Doug asks, what barbecue pit do you have in Vegas? I've got a cheap one. In fact, I did a video, sorry, it's all dry in here. I did a video on it last year where I bought the cheapest gas barbecue at Home Depot versus the cheapest gas barbecue at Lowe's. And we ended up keeping the Lowe's one and getting rid of the Home Depot one. And for basically just cooking up burgers and doing basic steaks and stuff, it's great. We do pork chops on it. I've done pork loins on it. I did, though, recently burn the crud out of some steaks. I tried to get crafty with it.
Stephen, thank you.
And I think there was more fat in the steaks than we... basically, I ended up rendering all the fat out of it, which collected in the bottom, caught fire, and burned everything. So I got to do a whole complete clean out of the grill before we start doing it again. The one I have in Livingston is the Pit Boss that they sent me, and that thing is, I'm missing doing the reverse sear steaks on that because that is so good. Do you have a Traeger? No, I have the Pit Boss. If not, get one for smoking and grilling. Always, food always tastes great and good for keto too. I've got the Pit Boss that's half pellet grill, half gas grill. And the reason we got that is I still need a gas grill for doing other things, for doing hot dogs and quick burgers and stuff. You don't always want to take half an hour to do a burger or something like that. And I got the combo because I was just saying to the wife, I wish I'd gotten just the full size one because I love using it. But the reality is we only have an area so big to have two grills. So that's why we got the combo.
Our moderators are awesome. Thank you so much.
The brushless tools, brushless car wash, brushless dog groomers. I've not heard of the brushless dog groomers. But maybe that's a thing. William says, Dental Tools, any good, cool cut metal circular saw blades you would suggest? Oh yeah, man, the Diablo Steel Demon is a beast. There's really nothing in its weight class as far as I'm concerned. That's the one I put on an $80 Harbor Freight, miter saw and was cutting steel with it. So that thing's fantastic. I'm just trying to make sure I haven't jumped over anything. Hiram says, "Wow, Princess Jamie is a moderator. She's incredible, up and coming automotive service and tool vlogger. She does put out some great stuff. She took a break for a while. She's coming back at it." Barbecue 66 says, "Sorry if I'm late to the party in this. I know I missed the live review, but damn, the old tech guy got it right with the QVC thing." And again, I gotta say, if you think that's bad, you've not watched anything else in the industry. And you heard what I said to him. I called him out on it too, but at this point you're beating a dead horse. Yes, you can go longer. I just got here and I'm only now just riled up. Gary Pope says, "I finally paid off Snap-on. Paying them for over a year feels great. Did order a new box. Will be paying cash. He gave me a nice discount. Everyone is getting cars fixed for vacations." Oh yeah, I imagine people are ramping up. Yeah. Things are opening up. Blind Toolman says, "I had the perfect solution. Use electric fly swatter on Jeff. That'll be much better than a bell."
I agree, Blind Toolman. I agree.
That would suck. Mike Adams says, "I did finally get 98% finished with rebuilding the front of my 22-year-old 1-ton Dodge. Harbor Freight was to the rescue for tools. Now to start on the back end and brakes and shocks next weekend."
Super
that sounds cool. All right. I know we're past time, but we'll catch up here. Da-da-dum. Ed the Otake, "I flexed it out, interact with the audience. They insulted our intelligence. They had YouTubers. They obviously knew what the audience would expect." No, they did interact with the audience because they've reached out and talked to people like me. People that were not on there. People that, and I told them I would only do this if we could have a back and forth conversation, if I could get you to answer stuff, if you could tell me about stuff. That's how you interact with the community. Everyone else, as again, show me somebody who doesn't do that in this industry. Philly Fix says, "I'm out. Good night. God bless." Ed, I get it. You guys are having fun and stuff, and you feel like I'm putting a dampening on it, but I'm honest about everything. And I'll be honest when it's in their favor, and I'll be honest when it's against their favor. And I'm sorry, man, but you guys are trying to make a mountain out of a molehill. It's just not a big deal. You don't hear a ton of pros out there complaining about this because they see it all the time. They just ignore it. Like, yeah, it was a dog and pony show. That's great. Now let's get the tools out. Let's see where the rubber hits the road. Russ says, "Is a 2704-20 Gen 2 or -3? I don't remember. I don't remember whether the serial numbers on the Milwaukee stuff. It's whatever it is.
We're almost caught up.
Are we? Are we really? So. Hold on. Let me scroll down.
Yeah.
Barbecue 76 says, "You don't have a barbecue pit, you got a throwaway grill, but I can teach you how to make it work really good." And Mike Adams says, "Only thing left to do to the front is the 2 sway bars and links, and to take it to the alignment shop so they can either align it or tell me I need to replace something I've missed." Brandon Scott says, "Any recommendations on electric smokers?" No, I don't. I've never used an electric. I'm just going back. I've never used an electric smoker. I don't think.
But I'm sure that there's other
people here who have who could comment,
because I can't speak English right now.
And Ken says, "I'm happy to encounter your live stream from here in Alberta, Canada." Yay. I was actually just talking with her. If we can get our whole passport thing cleared up and get the border open, maybe we can drive up to Alberta this summer. I'd like to take the kids up there.
That would be super cool.
When is the Stampede? Are they going to be doing the Stampede?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because nothing's happening.
AC says, "What's the average high temp in Montana during the summer? I hate the heat." Average in August seems to be high 80s, low 90s, probably. That was my guess. And it's like that for about 3 weeks, and then it starts coming back down. It rises. It's not like a bell curve. It goes up and then comes right back down. AC says, we just read that. Christine Marie says, you guys are the best, most honest, most friendly YouTuber out there. And John White says, I paid off my Snap-on box. Of course, I got it in 1976.
We are so glad to hear that you finally got out from under that.
Paul St. Marie's in the house. Just got back from the store. How's it going? We're running really late, but we're just wrapping it up now, man. Sorry we missed you for most of the evening. Barbecue 76 says, not making a mountain of molehill, but Weber with the new smoker did a dog and pony show with the new smoker. It didn't go well. That's too bad. I mean, Weber, I always thought Weber was a bit overpriced. I mean, it's a steel kettle, but they got some cool stuff out there. And Paul St. Marie says, Mrs. Bear is looking good as a Unimouse.
Because of my ears.
Oh my gosh, you're something over there, that's for sure.
Yep.
I said the Dog and Pony, this is Barbecue, so the Dog and Pony show that Flex did, I hope doesn't end like it did for Weber. A good, awesome product that was way overhyped, but still a good product. I'll have to look into the Weber thing. I missed that one. The most overhyped product ever, of course, is the Segway. That's definitely a case where they did so much hype. They had a cool product, but they so overdid it that people were expecting basically flying carpets, and we got a
Segway.
Yeah. Eric Rodriguez says, first time on one of your live streams. Love your videos. Have a good night. You too, sir.
Have a great night.
Greg Crocker says, time to go to bed. Got to work tomorrow. Ken Anderson, the Stampede is in Calgary. Oh, why was I thinking Alberta?
Because we're Americans.
Because I'm American.
Confused.
I know. I'm actually good with geography. It's late. I'm tired.
I'm not. I am super not, and I'm the first to admit that.
Yes, she's terrible at it. Anyway, that's all we got time for you tonight. By the way, don't forget to adopt a mod on your way out the door. Go check out any of our mods there with the Cobalt Blue Wrench. Give them a like. Check out one of their videos. Maybe even consider subscribing. By the way, don't forget to hit the bell here on your way out. It really does help with the algorithm. Thank you, everyone who supported us with Super Chats tonight. And a double extra special thank you to all of our members here in the Bears Den. You guys rock, as always. Anyway, that's all we got for you this week. Till next time, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.